We are live at CollectCo for tonight's Facebook and YouTube record sale. It is Saturday night. I know tonight because I know it's the last sale of the night. Usually I'm like, what night is it? This is the sixth night in a row. Boy, I'm dragging. I can feel my eyes. I should have went and got a bang. I'll be okay though. Might have to take a break sooner than later. When you're on and watching though, let me know. We're going to sell some fantastic records tonight. I've got some flip crates. I got some new arrivals. We're just going to be doing a little bit of everything. Last night we got into some half-off crates and like blew the roof off of the place. I mean, I don't know if y'all were on, but it was after midnight last night. We still had well over 100 people on buying records. And we were emptying crates, literally. We were emptying crates like it was prime time, like it was 8 o'clock. So let me get this shared in the group and the link shared in the proper places. But welcome, Saturday night, last night to get anything you want on your invoice. If you don't get it on your invoice now, it will be too late. Alright, now let me go where I shared it in the group. And let's get it on YouTube. Man, I got some killer stuff tonight as well. Oh man, I missed part 2. Oh, you missed. I picked up one of these crates back here and I was like, you know what? Let's do half-off records. And we sold pretty much everything in there. Let me go over here to the Instagram. And I got one more place to share this. Which is our Instagram story. What the heck's going on here? There we go. Yeah, let's use this for the thumbnail. And let me find the link. Where are you on YouTube? Where are you, YouTube? Your videos. Live. I don't see our YouTube. It's so complicated to find your own videos on here. We are live though. There's my hand. I'm trying to do my last thing. Where's my... Is anybody watching on YouTube right now? Any YouTube people? Comment. Oh, there it is. Okay. 19 people. Yep. All right. I couldn't find the stream. I still don't know how to. I just have to refresh till it pops up. All right. There we go. Almost got it on our story. This is... All right. Birmingham. Yeah, I wish I had more videos on there so people could go back and see some of the amazing collections we bought this past year. I have pictures. Obviously, and I have a lot of video. I have a lot of pictures and video from where we were, moving stuff, and I took little clips of us loading records. If I can ever find the time and get good enough software, I have the computer to do it now. I didn't even realize it. We have a couple different MacBooks here at the store that we bought last year, and I didn't realize one of the ones we used to stream with is like a really good computer for editing video. So, yeah, I got to work on doing that. So, all right, it's Saturday. Welcome. Yeah, everything I'm selling, I've got next to me. I'm good to go. All right, so let's go through some new vinyl from tonight. That's been out for this week. I'll go through some of these titles. Welcome. If you're watching on YouTube, I'll give you some instructions to help me out. If you're watching on YouTube, hit the thumbs up button. You might have to exit the chat, but if you hit the thumbs up button, that helps the algorithm. Hopefully, maybe somebody new will see it. We've had a couple new YouTube people, from what I understood, maybe just found our video randomly, searching. People who search stuff on YouTube, Google keeps track of that. So if you're constantly looking for record videos, it's like, bam, there's a live record sale. Somebody clicks on it, then they end up buying something from us. So yeah, and then also Facebook, it's very easy, share. Okay, let's go through some new vinyl that came in this week. I will start with the Cars, Shake It Up, $49.99. That's a MoFi pressing, new and sealed. The Star Wars Stories soundtrack. This is limited edition of 2,500 on amber colored vinyl, $44.99. That's a 2LP, limited and numbered for music on vinyl. Really cool foil cover as well, $44.99. A Perfect Circle. Lots of people's been asking about this, and Stone Sour. But yes, I'm down to 1 or 2 copies again of A Perfect Circle. That's $49.99, and Stone Sour is $44.99. So Perfect Circle, Stone Sour, Wolf Mother, really good album. I'd heard that one song, The Joker and the Thief. I didn't realize the rest of the album was as good as it was till I'd listened to it. That's $54.99. Alan Parsons, The Time Machine. That's a 2LP from Music on Vinyl, $44.99. I have 1 set left of the new release, which is the zeros, the 90s, and the 10s. Or actually, that's in order. It's the 90s, the zeros, and the 10s. Those are $44.99 each, or all 3 of them for $124.99. Stacy, Bret Michaels is due out next week. Yes, I hope so. I will reply in the chat if those ship so everybody knows to expect it. Jason Shout wants a Wolf Mother. I have 1 left, and I think I've got another one in our backstock bins. I got a restock, and this time I bought 2 of them. David Gilmour live at Pompeii. I almost said David Bowie. That'd be pretty cool if David Bowie had done a concert there, but this is David Gilmour. 4 LP set, 2 gatefold jackets. It's got a 24-page book. That is $119.99. David Gilmour live in Pompeii. First time I've got one of these in, and we hadn't sold it. Kind of interesting. Next is Tom Petty, The Best of Everything box set. That is 38 tracks on 4 LPs, I think. Yeah, 4 LPs, $89.99. If you need some Tom Petty in your life, that will about cover just about anything. The Clash, London Calling, $39.99. New remaster reissue of that, 2 LP. The Cult, Pure Singles, is $36.99. And Funkadelic is $29.99. Maggot Brain, tough. A true first pressing of this, tough. Tough to find and hard to find in good condition. That's a rare LP if you have an OG of that. It's kind of rare, but it's more rare to find one in good condition. Pink Floyd, The Division Bell, $49.99. I had one time. It had a big gouge in it. That's the last time I seen one. I still sold it on eBay. That was probably 7 years ago, long before I was here in this store in this building. The Cult is sold also to Jason Schott. He's our first and only buyer of the night so far. He got Wolf Mother and The Cult. Pink Floyd, we have a restock this week come in of Chris Stapleton Traveler, $36.99. Iron Maiden, No Prayer for the Dying, $39.99. I've got some on-sale flip crates built for tonight. Oh man, y'all are going to like these. $19.99, $14.99 flip crates. I've got some good stuff marked down to $14.99. It's going to be one of those where we'll probably sell the entire crate when we get to them. The Crow soundtrack, $38.99. Looks like there's one missing. We must have sold one today in the store. $38.99 for the Crow soundtrack. That is $38.99. I've got Yes. That's Yes self-titled, expanded 2 LP for Music on Vinyl, $44.99. And Yes Fragile. I had 3 copies in here. I opened one last night. Let me go ahead and do one of my nightly sales pitch. This is a fantastic sounding record. If you don't have a copy of Fragile yet, or if you're like me, and now this makes probably my, let's see, I have the first one I ever bought at a garage sale that's kind of sentimental to me. It's Beat the Heck. Then I have an OG. I've got a sealed copy. I've got a Japanese press. I've got the One Step. And now I have this. I may have a different one. It's one of those records I have way too many copies of, okay? I got a sealed one, I think, with a hype sticker. It's really cool. But, one of my favorite albums. It's clear vinyl. It's amazing. I was seeing other people post it in various other Facebook groups, and they were like, wow, this sounds amazing. I had to open it up. It does. It's a really good remaster. This is $29.99. Greg wants one, and I think George Buchanan, he commented on my post I made because I told everybody I was listening to this. By the way, it's got the replica booklet with it. It's just like the OG gatefold So technically I'm sold out, but I'm going to try to get some more. But these Start Year Off Right exclusives, they're kind of like a one and done. But that goes to Greg. Greg Hagewood replied to one of my comments and said he wanted one. How much for Chris? Chris Stapleton, Dustin Chandler is $36.99. $36.99. Iron Maiden, Randy Scarborough is $39.99. $39.99. UK Plum. Yeah, I don't have any foreign copies. That's next on my list. I need a UK Plum. And John, if you ever want to sell yours signed by John Anderson, I'd like to have that. But yeah, that's one I probably have too many of, but I like collecting certain Yes albums, or certain albums, you know. Blind Melon is $38.99. $38.99. My Yes collection, I think I've told you all before, if you start collecting Yes albums and then you collect Steve Howe albums, Rick Wake albums, John Anderson albums, Chris Squire, and then all the variants of Yes, and then all the new stuff, I think I've got 2 crates. Because, I mean, I've got that many copies of Fragile. I'll probably have that many copies of Close to the Edge, you know, the MoFi pressing, Japanese pressing. So that's a band I'm pretty obsessive over, and I'm still not done. Still not done. Richard Allen wants on the Fragile waiting list. Randy's going to check. Michael Nath wants the David Gilmour box. That's a good decision, Michael Nath. I've got one left. I've got one that I'm going to unbox for a YouTube video. I'm going to listen to it, give my opinion, which I know it's already going to be. It's going to be great music, and it's going to sound great. But I'll be doing that soon. So I do have one on hand. I probably need to go ahead and order a couple more. Richard Allen wants on the Yes Fragile waiting list. Dustin Chandler says he'll take a Chris Stapleton Traveler. And I'm going to just read through these titles one more time, and then we're going to do a crate of on-sale vintage. Not before we get our first auction started of the night. So let me start from the front and work my way back this time. Blind Melon was $38.99. Yes, that's self-titled. That's another one. There's a lot of different versions of this because you got like a Music on Vinyl Expanded. There's a couple different US. There's the UK's, you know, it's Japanese. The Crow, $38.99. Iron Maiden is $39.99. One copy of Stapleton left, $36.99. Of course, the Division Bell. Funkadelic. This is a Pink Floyd album. A lot of people buy the remaster of. The OGs are obtainable. They're not too expensive, but this holds a lot of people's a spot in their collection until they can find one of those blue label, or excuse me, one of those blue vinyl originals. So $50 is not a bad price for a 2 LP Pink Floyd record, new sealed, especially when the OGs are minimum twice that much. I would say if you could find a copy of the Division Bell for $100, you might be doing really, really good, I'd say. That'd probably be a bargain. Funkadelic is $29.99. Clash, London Calling, $39. We don't get a lot of original copies of that, but they are obtainable. I tried a new vinyl. You see kind of what we do with new vinyl. We order stuff that we just don't get a lot of OGs of, and that's probably why they're in print, like Iron Maiden, Pink Floyd albums, or even if they are in print, we don't get them as often. Tom Petty box set, $89.99. I've got one David Gilmour box left. Then I've got the 90s, the zeros, and the 10s collected. I still got a complete set of those if anybody wants one. Alan Parsons is $44.99. Last copy of Wolf Mother in this bin, but I may have another one. A Perfect Circle, Stone Sour, Star Wars, and The Cars Shake It Up, and that is MoFi. Did you get any more Disturbed? Yes, I got Disturbed Sickness. I'll go through at some point tonight. We'll go through every new LP that has come in this week. Jim put UFO Lights Out in London. Jim, I don't have that. Jamie Butler also wants on the Yes Fragile waiting list. Jason put J.D. Sears. I think he was tagging somebody. And Marty Kramer wants a Disturbed The Sickness. All right, let me find that for you. Let's go ahead and do our first on sale crate. And before I do that, I got a couple auctions to run. I've got a Ramones album and I've got a Miles Davis album. I found these, or excuse me, John found these in the back. The Ramones album was originally a Record Store Day exclusive, live in Glasgow, 1977. This is the custom laser etched limited edition of 6500. This is number 539. I consider that kind of a low number. Maybe not. For 6,500, it's in that first portion, right? If that means anything to you. Some people do not care. I told somebody the other day, I was like, you know, they probably print these jackets They probably print the jackets and number them all, and then they put the vinyl in there just randomly. I don't know if actually, because it's 539, if it was actually the 539. That might have been the 539th jacket they pressed. I don't know if it was actually they matched right off the pressing plant to the jackets. So anyway, this is a $35 start. The Ramones live in Glasgow, 1977. First time it was on vinyl, laser etched, limited edition. That's a $35 start. And this Miles Davis is called Miles Davis Early Minor, Rare Miles from the Complete in a Silent Way Sessions. This was also a record store day. That is a $25 start. Miles Davis, $25 start on that. Okay, I missed some comments. Marty Kramer says he'll take one. I got to find a copy of the Disturbed for him. Let me see if I can get those right quick. Tanner, if not, we'll just make a note of it. They're right over here somewhere. I can't get my hands on one right. Oh, I see the top of one. Luckily, I get familiar with the tops of covers. So Disturbed, there's that for Marty Kramer. Next comment was, get me the Pink Floyd too. Michael Nath also wants that copy of the Division Bell. Another good decision. I think I talked him into that one. And Blind Melon was $38.99. Any Tone Poets? I have no Tone Poets in stock at the moment. How much was Stone Sour? $44.99. Do you have another Blondie Parallel Lines? I think we got one we're going to auction tonight, Jason. The Ramones, $35.35. Any Rush Fly By Night? Not tonight, no. Jeff Johnson wants the Tom Petty box. That's sold to Jeff Johnson. Everybody's making lots of good decisions. Tom Petty box. And that, let's see here. Breanne Denny Meadows also wants a Disturbed. And everybody has lost the Facebook feed. Let me make sure I didn't miss anything else. Ramones 45, Ramones 45, Ramones 40. Let me find another Disturbed for Breanne Denny Meadows. Well, y'all are keeping me busy here in the first few moments. There's another Disturbed. I need to make a note to buy more of those. Who was next on that? Breanne Denny Meadows. Ramones 50, Ramones 55, 51, 55. Ramones 60, lost the audio. Frozen. Dustin Chandler, The Sickness is $29.99. And Keith Moyers wants on the Fragile waiting list. We'll add him onto that. All right. Miles Start put me in. Okay. If you lose your Facebook feed, just restart, come back and find us. Kind of rare that happens now, but we didn't have any problems last night, did we? Was it last night? Yeah, I guess. When was... what's his name here? Justin. He was here, I'm not for sure. Thursday? Yeah, we didn't have any problems last night. Okay, well, I can't do anything about it. If you can still hear me, just refresh your feed. If it gets really bad, I have to completely restart. So, Dustin Chandler says he'll take one, and that was another Disturbed. Let me find that. If I have another one. Let me see here. Those, I had them kind of here and there. I don't know if I do have any more, because that was 1-1. Just put his name down for one. Okay. Jeremy Ivy also wants two. Fragile was $29.99. Fragile was $29.99. Okay, I'm going to let everybody know what's up for bid. Walt Cruz was at 62 on the Ramones, and Michael Nath was at 20 on Miles Davis. 5. I think I said 25, but oh no, we might have to split the difference and say 22 if no one else bids, because I really can't remember what I said. I'll say Michael Nath is at $25. If you want it, you're probably going to have to outbid him anyway. So that's at 25, and the Ramones is at 62. All right, I think some people's trying to get back on. If you lose feed, I'm sorry. We really can't explain it. Everything in this bin is $14.99. I hope everybody can hear me and pay attention. Let me make sure I grab the right one. Yeah, this is $14.99. Fantastic records. A lot of these in here were originally $20. There's some stuff in here that was $39.99. Most of that's in the $20 crate. There's most stuff in here was originally $20, $25, or $30. That's now $14.99. Ginger Baker's Air Force. Everybody's probably like, Chad, just please show records. Ginger Baker's Air Force 2. No condition notes on this. Gatefold, yellow Atco label. Ginger Baker is $14.99. Jimmy Reed Found Love. This is a VG copy. A VG on VJ. That's Jimmy Reed Found Love. That's a VG copy for $14.99. Yes, Yesterday. Yes, Yesterday's. That is got the original Atlantic inner sleeve with it. That is now $14.99. The Best of the James Gang. Best of the James Gang is $14.99. You got to have it. And Mick Fleetwood, The Visitor. Mick Fleetwood, The Visitor. Mick Fleetwood, as in the drummer of Fleetwood Mac. Original inner sleeve, near mint copy. John Young was first in this bin with the Ginger Baker. And next was Brent Rabley on Jimmy Reed. Okay, final call on these auctions. Walt Cruz. Walt Cruz is at $62 on the Ramones. That's live in Glasgow. Limited to 6,500. This was originally a record store day release. Walt has that for $62, and that is going twice, going 3 times. And then Miles Davis, Mark Shelton has this for $25. Early minor, that's going twice, going 3 times. Marco Martinez, first on the James Gang. Mick Fleetwood, I've already showed that. Everything in here is $14.99. Gone with the Wind, music from the original motion picture soundtrack. Red Polydor label. Is this the one that has a poster with it? It does. This has I'm pretty sure that's a replica of the movie poster. That has a Gone with the Wind movie poster in it. That's $14.99. Crosby, Still, Michael Nath. I thought I had Miles. You do. Did I say somebody else? You have Miles Davis for $25. Shelly Manne 234. Shelly Manne 234. This is an MCA reissue of probably I'm not going to say a pricey jazz album, but I'd say if you do find an OG of that, they're not cheap. And we have Chick Corea, Return to Forever featuring Chick Corea. No Mystery. Nice copy. That's $14.99. Okay, let's go ahead and end these. Michael Nath got Miles Davis for $25. The Ramones went to Walt Cruz for $62. I have more new vinyl that I'm going to auction that I didn't really have. I've been meaning to price, but some of them we can just auction. This isn't really, it's sealed, but I'll go ahead and run them before we get into the Japanese stuff. I got a couple more I want to do. The first one is Blue Oyster Cult, Some Enchanted Evening. This is also a record store day, Black Friday. I forgot what year, maybe last year, 2 years ago, maybe before that. I don't know when this one came out. But it's on 2 LPs on blue vinyl. It's limited to 3,000. This is live Blue Oyster Cult, Some Enchanted Evening. 2 LP from Record Store Day. That is a $25 start. It is new and sealed. And this Jimi Hendrix, I think, is let's see here what's going on. It's definitely an unofficial. It's a sealed unofficial. Town Records 1970. The Experience. Foxy Lady Fire. Killing Floor. Red House. Spanish Castle Magic. Hey Joe. Instrumental Jimmy Jam. Purple Haze. Yeah, all this is live right here. Sides 1, 2, and 3 are Ottawa, Canada, 1968. So it looks like it has some studio tracks. Sides 1, 2, 3. And then 4 is LA Woman. So yeah, this is a live Jimi Hendrix unofficial. It's from 1970. The concert's from 1968. It is sealed, and it's called The Experience. This is also a $25 start. And that is a 2 LP. 2 LP sealed Jimi Hendrix. It's a vintage bootleg. Vintage bootleg from 1970. That is sealed. Also a $25 start on that. Jeff's at $30 on BOC. Everything in this bin is $14.99. Stray Cats, Built for Speed, $14.99. Pure Prairie League, busting out. We originally had $24.99 on this. It's a tan RCA. This one has Amy on it that everybody wants. It's a near mint copy. Junior Walker and the All-Stars, Shotgun. This is a Tamla Motown pressing on Super. It's called Sound Superb, Music for Pleasure. It's a UK version. That is $14.99. Grazing in the Grass, Grazing, I guess is what it's technically called, but that's the Friends of Distinction. That is $14.99. Everything in here is $14.99. Waylon Jennings, It's Only Rock and Roll is $14.99. Waylon Jennings, It's Only Rock and Roll, $14.99. And the Outlaws is $14.99. Waylon, also on this one, Willie, Jesse, Tom Paul Glasser. Okay, Jeff is at 30 on BOC. Randy's now at 32. Carol is at 40 on Jimi Hendrix. Mint 30. So we had 25, 25, and actually the bid on this is 30. Jeff McIntosh is back in, or excuse me, the bid on this is 30. The high bid on BOC is 35. David Tate was next comment on Outlaws. Brad Bolin, you were second. And George July wants Junior Walker and the All-Stars. If you are just now finding us, this is a $14.99 crate. Everything in here is $14.99. Waylon Jennings, I've Always Been Crazy, $14.99. The original soundtrack recording to Hair. I think this is what, we have that cast recording, but I think this is what a lot of people are looking for, which is the soundtrack to Hair. And that's what this is, and it's $14.99. Once again, a reason I don't like these kind of inner sleeves. $14.99 on that. James Lee Farrell on Waylon Jennings. James Lee Farrell on Waylon Jennings. James, let me know which one. There's two in here. There's I've Always Been Crazy, and It's Only Rock and Roll. So James Lee Farrell, let me know which one. David Tate, you were second. Brent Rabley, we can go ahead and tag Brent Rabley for the Hair soundtrack. Carol's out on Jimi Hendrix. And this is the Experience. Jimi Hendrix Experience is at $31 with Aram Lazelle. Kevin Tays, you tied Aram Lazelle. He was in first. This is a sealed 1970 bootleg of live Jimi Hendrix recordings, mostly from 1968. And that is $31 with Aram Lazelle, going once, going twice. And BOC, the live blue vinyl from Record Store Day, that's at $35 with Jeff McIntosh, going once, going twice. Carol's out on Jimi Hendrix. He wants I've Always Been Crazy. James Lee Farrell wants I've Always Been Crazy. Jimi Hendrix is now 32. BOC's at 37. Eddie Money, Life for the Taking. This is a white label promo, near mint. White label promo copy of that, Life for the Taking. Days of Future Past, nice copy. Got this marked down $5. $14.99. I'm talking, it's nice. Darren Pressing, US, of course. Joe Walsh, Barnstormer. This is EX condition. It's got a Platinum Plus gold stamp on the front. MCA. Great Joe Walsh album, Barnstorm, $14.99. And Sting, The Dream of the Blue Turtles. It does have a, I don't know if that's clipped or a knot-on corner, one of the two, but that is Sting, $14.99. BOC 38, Jimi Hendrix 33. Scott Smith gets the white label promo Eddie Money. Michael Nath wants Moody Blues. Brent Hall, you were second. Brandon Jackson first to Joe Walsh. And Robert Johnson was second. BOC is at 38. Randy says he's out. That's going once, going twice. Looks like they're still bidding on Jimi Hendrix. It's now at 33. Graham Nash, Wild Tales. It's $14.99. Graham Nash and Neil Young Trans. Neil Young Trans. $14.99. We have not auctioned any Japanese pressings yet. None. We've just done, we've done 4 auctions. They've all been sealed new LPs, except Jimi Hendrix. He's a bootleg. The best of the Moody Blues, Voices in the Sky. This is also really nice. This is a Moody Blues Greatest Hits. $14.99 for that. And Black Oak, Arkansas. This is also $14.99. Atco label. Very nice. That's $14.99. And Supertramp, Brother, Where Are You Bound? This is a Supertramp album, 1985, also $14.99. Everything in here is technically a discount bin. I'm going to go through these once, maybe twice. They're $14.99. First come, first serve. We can go ahead and sell BOC. That is sold to Jeff McIntosh for $38. And I'm going to do a final warning on the sealed Jimi Hendrix bootleg. I consider this a bargain right now. Aram Lazelle's at $33. It's a 1970 sealed Jimi Hendrix 2LP bootleg. $33. That's going once, going twice. Robert Johnson wants Supertramp. Everything in here is $14.99. Don Henley, I Can't Stand Still. That was $14.99. All right. I've also got new Japanese pressings to put up for auction. Let me find that crate and get it to where I had the stuff from last night. Let's see. Okay, there's the, oh, I also got autographs. Don't want to forget about those. Yeah, I can go ahead and start an autograph. Sooner the better, I'd say. Let's do Johnny Rivers first. Got an autographed copy of the sensational Johnny Rivers, autographed by Johnny Rivers. So I still have 3 crates of autographs, but it's getting down to a lot of stuff that I've got many more duplicates of. So there's some that tonight will be some of the last ones we have. I'll tell you when we're getting down to the last one. There's some like Johnny Rivers. I may have at least 1 more. There could be 2 or 3 more, but I just want to go ahead and let everybody know because some of these, like the Cheap Trick, it's the last one. I don't have any more anything autographed by Cheap Trick unless we find some mixed in with the bulk of the collection. So that's the story on the autographs. As y'all know, we've had duplicates of some. Tonight we got some and it's our last ones. I'm pretty sure there's more Johnny Rivers, but this is he kind of autographed it. It almost looks like a white crayon, but it is Sharpie, I guess. It just don't look like it. Johnny Rivers autograph. That is a $20 start. $20 start on the Johnny Rivers autograph. Okay, next was Jimi Hendrix 35, Jimi Hendrix 35, Jimi Hendrix 37, Jimi Hendrix 40. Tracks on Don Henley. Stephen, my favorite song on here is Dirty Laundry. This is a really good album, though. That's the hit, probably the biggest hit. Really good album, though. If you don't have that, you'll like it. Trust me. Genesis, self-titled. This is $14.99. Genesis self-titled, 1983. Great album. That's a nice copy. $14.99. Another BOC. This is Fire of Unknown Origin. Now just $14.99. I'm Burning for You. Original inner sleeve. Nice copy. $14.99 on that. Tequila, Wes Montgomery. That is a Verve jazz album, gatefold, $14.99. $14.99 for Tequila, Wes Montgomery. And the very best of Gene Krupa. Gene Krupa on Verve. That's also $14.99. Okay, Arm Lazelle's out on Jimmy. It looks like it's between Mark Shelton and Carol Puckett. One more time on this one. This is a sealed Jimi Hendrix bootleg from 1970. It's live tracks from, it looks like 2 different concerts, or mostly from Ottawa, Canada. And then there's some LA Forum stuff, London, and then some stereo mixing. Dolly Dagger, studio mixing session at Electric. So there's some studio stuff on here too. 2 LPs of music. High bid on that's Carol Puckett at 40. Arm Lazelle's out. Michael Nath is at 20 on Johnny Rivers. And Tillman Smoot upgraded his internet connection. The internet companies should be sending me money. I don't know how many customers over the last few years have upgraded their internet so they can buy more stuff on our sales. But I guess maybe I should be thanking them. I don't know. But when I first started doing this, people's like, I'm going tomorrow and getting the best internet I can. Johnny Rivers, $20, 2022. Alan Jonathan, first to BOC. We're in our $14.99 bin. Brent Hall on Gene Krupa. Brent Hall got Gene Krupa. Chris Wood Sr., you're next on that. Carol says, I'm out on Jimi Hendrix. Mark Shelton has it for $42. I'm glad Mark bid because you were the high bidder up until then. Mark Shelton is at $42 on Jimi Hendrix. That's going once, going twice. Johnny Rivers is at $22 with Eric Self. Eric, you've got the high bid on that right now at $22. Michael says he's out. The Best of Jimmy Smith. That's $14.99 on Verve. Serenade to a Soul Sister, the Horace Silver Quintet, featuring Stanley Turrentine. This is a 1986 pressing. It is VG Plus condition. It is now $14.99. $14.99. Music from Star Trek. Miko, music from the Black Hole. So this is, they're on Casablanca. They're doing instrumentals of the Star Trek Black Hole music. If anything, a really cool cover. They have really cool space, science fiction, futuristic covers. That's $14.99. Mark Shelton wants the Jimmy Smith. Final call on these, 42 and just 22. We're at 22 on Johnny Rivers. 22 on that, 42 on Jimi Hendrix. Mark Shelton on Jimmy Smith, we just sold that. Robert Johnson on, I'm assuming that was Robert ST for Star Trek, maybe, for this. Has the Enterprise on the cover. At least what looks like it, yeah. And then I've got Club Stone on Horace Silver. Let me know if those are both right. The Greatest Hits of Hank Williams Sr. VG Plus. This is a 2 LP. I think it's either, is it a foreign press? What is this? No, it's US. The Greatest Hits of Hank Williams Sr. 2 LP. That's a VG Plus, now $14.99. Just the two of us. I've got some Dolly and Porter marked down significantly. LSP 4039. This is an original stereo. Just the two of us, Porter and Dolly. That's $14.99. Lisa Montgomery wants Hank, and I got those last two tagged correctly. That is correct. And so, David, you were next on the black hole. Robert Johnson said yes. Lisa got Hank, and Wyatt, you were second. All right, let's end these auctions so I can get some new stuff started. Mark Shelton got Jimi Hendrix for $42. Eric Self, you got the autographed Johnny Rivers LP for $22. That's sold to you, $22. Porter and Dolly is $14.99. Let me find the Japanese crate. It must be on the bottom. It is. I'll do all the stuff I had on Facebook first. I'll do all the pressings I had on Facebook first. We'll start with something. I think it's the only one in here that doesn't have an Obi. And there's probably a lot of people waiting for us. So we'll go ahead and get that started. And I'll go ahead and do another autograph. Never heard of Johnny Rivers. Oh my gosh. Secret Agent Man? You've heard the song Secret Agent Man, haven't you? That's probably the most recognizable track for me, but man, he sold a lot of records. We have had, there's no telling how many Johnny Rivers records have went in and out of this building in the last 5 years. Oh my gosh, hundreds, thousands. Okay, LA Guns. LA Guns, self-titled. This is a Japanese press, no Obi. LA Guns, no Obi, Japanese pressing. Johnny Rivers, first time I realized who Johnny Rivers was is when I tried to figure out who was singing Secret Agent Man. Then that got me introduced to Johnny Rivers. Must be young. Yeah, I think if you're my age and you're not really into music, you may not know him, I guess. He's not one that's really, there's a lot of artists that have caught on from that era that are still being listened to, that's not part of the classic rock and metal scene or pop. Johnny Rivers, he's somewhat caught on, but he's not huge, I guess probably with the millennial era, I would say. LA Guns is going to be a $45 start. Near mint, pristine Japanese pressing, no Obi. Near mint, pristine Japanese pressing, no Obi. There's the cover. There's the LA Guns inner sleeve, or insert. There is the Japanese insert. There's the cover. And the cover is VG+. Just a couple of light marks. And there we have it. That's a $45 start, LA Guns. A lot of people asked for that. Okay. Tommy James. We've sold a lot of Tommy James autographs. I think I'm getting down to just a few left. I've still got some really nice ones, as in the covers, significant albums, etc. This is his self-titled album, just called Tommy James. Just Tommy James, self-titled. This is a $35 start. Awesome cover, I think. Great artwork. And once again, a large, bold, big autograph in blue Sharpie. That is a $35 start. Tommy James, $35 start. Okay, back up to the top. Make sure I didn't miss any of the claims. LA Guns 45, LA Guns 50, LA Guns 45, LA Guns 51. How about the Big Blue today? I don't follow basketball for that reason. I have enough emotional stress trying to be a Tennessee football fan. I'm out on basketball, okay? I don't care if they go 0-35 or however many games they play, 0-50. I don't even know how many games they play. I cannot get attached to Tennessee basketball. My time schedule, my emotions, the stress, I'm out. $14.99, the best of Porter and Dolly, $14.99. Hank Williams Jr.'s Greatest Hits, that's $14.99. Now, if we would have lost to Kentucky during the football season, I would have, I don't know, that would have been bad. I would have vomited there, right there in Neyland. That would have been bad. The best of the Guess Who. This is a gatefold, orange label OG, $14.99. And Till Tuesday, Welcome Home. Gold stamp promo, near mint copy of Till Tuesday, Welcome Home, $14.99. The Best of Arlo Guthrie. Best of Arlo Guthrie. This is a near mint, perfect copy. If you need some Arlo Guthrie, this is probably the best way to start. It's near mint. It's his greatest hits. Genesis Live. I've got this marked down $10. There's some great deals in this $14.99 crate. This is on the famous Charisma label, subsidiary of Buddha. That's really nice, $14.99. All right, back up to the top. LA Guns is at 55. LA Guns is at 56. LA Guns is at 60. Lisa Montgomery wants Hank Williams Jr. That's sold to Lisa Montgomery. Ted is at 61 on LA Guns. Tommy's at 60. Wayne wanted Hank. That was second. That was Junior's greatest hits. Devin is at 61 on LA Guns. Jeff was third on Hank Williams Jr. Trent was fourth. Brad Bolin wants Porter and Dolly's Best. I was waiting for somebody to buy these. Brad Bolin gets that. Donnie Haney wants the Best of the Guess Who. Kevin Willis was first on Till Tuesday. Let's see here. Wyatt, you were second. LA Guns is at 65. Mike was third on Till Tuesday. Adam also bid 65. Brad Bolin, you were first to Genesis. LA Guns 66. LA Guns 70. LA Guns 70. In between all that, we did have a bid on Tommy James. Brent Rabley bid 35 on the autographed Tommy James LP. Really nice cover, strong autograph. You know, autographs are graded just like coins or cards or comics or records. The condition of the autograph is very important. Obviously, if it's faded or washed away or on an ink pen that's smeared or something, this is probably, if you probably were to have this, well, I don't know if they grade these. PSA actually grades, I know they do sports autographs, they grade them, but if they were to grade that, it would be a 9 or a 10. That's a perfect autograph. Very bold, very strong. And it's large. That is $35 going twice, going 3 times. Jeff McMaster is at 40. We got 3 people at 70 on LA Guns. Ted Mindpiece was first. Ted Mindpiece was first. Are you going to sell the Best of the Move? No, if I do, it's not going to be tonight. Gordon Lightfoot, Gord's Gold. I've sold a lot of these at sticker price for $24.99. This one's just $14.99. Good night to be watching. Saturdays, we're going to have lots of discounts. We went through some of these bins last night, half off. We went through one of them and pretty much sold the entire bin. We're going to do some more like that later on. $14.99 on that. Kingfish is $14.99. Kingfish is $14.99. Kingfish self-titled. I think we sold a sealed copy earlier this week. Crosby, Stills, and Nash. There it is. I listened to the MoFi pressing last night. I'm going to show that here in a minute and hope to talk someone else into buying it because you need it in your life. If you're okay with a VG Plus copy, this is only $14.99. What an amazing... Every time I listen to it, it's like I'm amazed every time. It's like listening to Are You Experienced or Dark Side of the Moon or something like that. Kojak, book and record set. Kojak is $14.99. This is a record LP with the storybook. If you're into some Kojak, this is what you need, $14.99. Jethro Tull, Songs from the Wood, it's $14.99. And Pat Metheny, 8081. I found this in the back. I think I got this traded in back over the summer, and it's been ultrasonically cleaned. It's a nice copy of Pat Metheny, 8081. That's $14.99. Okay, Jeff McMaster bid 40 on Tommy James. Tommy James 42. Brant says, please stop talking about it. LA Gun 75. Tommy James 45. Tommy James 50. Donnie Haney wants Crosby, Stills, and Nash. Paul Brothers wants the other Porter and Dolly. David Howard's first on the Kojak. Even though he put Kodak, I know what you meant, David. LA Guns is at 77. He put Kojak, thank you. He corrected it. Tommy James is at 55. Michael Nath wanted Metheny. And Kevin Willis, you were second. Update on these auctions. Jeff McMaster is at 55 on the Tommy James autograph. LA Guns is at 75 with David Tate. This is a near mint Japanese pressing, no obi. If it had that strip of paper on it, if it had that Japanese obi with it, we'd be already in triple digits. $77 now with Ted Mindpiece. Excuse me, Ted's at $77. Brent's back in on Tommy James. Hair of the Dog. Every time I have to be refreshed on this, but I think it's a local group. Somewhat local. Someone refresh me on this. It's autographed. It's now $14.99. HOTD. Hair of the Dog, Big Bones. $14.99 for that. I also found this. It looks like some kind of death metal picture disc. $14.99. Doom metal. Wow, these tracks are absolutely horrible. The titles of them, absolutely horrible. And that's some more cryptic death metal. That kind of says something. I really can't read that. Nafarosi. I probably just said something evil. $14.99. Very scary. We have Eric Clapton, another ticket. This is now $14.99. Eric Clapton, another ticket. Jeff's in on 65 on the Tommy James autograph. Brent says he's out. That's going once, going twice. If you're done bidding on LA Guns, let me know, because Ted Mindpiece has this for $77. We're getting there very quickly. He's at $77. We're about to end it. Shane Berry says he'll take the Hair of the Dog. Sell that to Shane Berry. We have Loverboy, Get Lucky, featuring their hit song, Working for the Weekend. It's now the weekend. Wow, it's Saturday today. Weekend's half over, I guess. Every day, there's no weekends in my schedule. It's just like all these days run in together. Jimi Hendrix in the West. Hendrix in the West. No, VG Plus on the cover. It has some tape on it. Has some tape. That's why it's only $14.99. VG Plus and probably a VG cover. Nice copy, though, of Head Games by Foreigner. That's $14.99. And the Blues Project, Projections. Nice copy. Original inner sleeve. Verve. Well, that might not be the original inner sleeve. No, it's Atlantic. Verve was not Atlantic. Verve was MGM. MGM. So, yeah. But it does have a vintage inner sleeve with it. Not the original, though. $14.99. And let me go ahead and show the last record. Blinded by the Light. Awesome. Blinded by the Light, $14.99. All right, LA Guns is at $80. Arm Lazelle first on Loverboy. Arm Lazelle first on Loverboy. Marty Kramer, you were second. Condition of another ticket. VG Plus cover. Near mint minus vinyl. Nice copy. Just $14.99. These Clapton albums, we used to sell the heck out of Clapton albums. I think the majority of y'all have his entire discography now. So we have so many of these same albums just over and over, and now we have to it hurts me, but I have to significantly discount them because Michael's a fairly new buyer, but I feel like I've sold 1 billion Clapton albums over the last 4 or 5 years. Wouldn't you agree, Tanner? We have sold a lot of Eric Clapton. Brent Hall was first on Foreigner. Randy Scarborough, Brent Hall, Randy Scarborough, Jeff McIntosh. If that guy Hair Dog doesn't want it, can I be next? You can. Right now it's his. Michael Nath said he'll take Clapton. That is sold to Michael Nath. Let's go ahead and sell Tommy James. Tommy James is sold to Jeff McMaster for $65. And LA Guns, we're on a final call. Ted says he's out. It looks like it was down between Ted. Where are we at? Ted. And David Tate. David Tate's at $80 on that. David Tate's at $80 on LA Guns. That is going once, going twice to David Tate. I'm going to make sure everybody knows that. And then Gwen Carl on Manfred Mann. Gwen, I think you're a first-time buyer. Good decision there. If you're buying for us from the first time, please let us know because we're going to send you or hopefully you can send us a message if you can still hear me. Let me know. Because it looks like our Facebook feed is acting up right now. If you can hear me, Gwen, please make sure you send us a message with your on Facebook with your email address and your mailing address. All right. Not everybody feed freezes at the same time because we had 197 people and then it went back down to 127. So we lost like 70 people when it freezes like that, but I don't know. That's the second time tonight. Yeah. So if your Facebook feed freezes, the fastest way you can get back on is if you're watching on your phone, close out of your app, open back up Facebook, search Collectco, find our feed, and click on it. and you'll be good. If you freeze, it's not going to come back. You can still comment. You probably can still hear me. It's not going to fix itself. You got to fix it. You got to close out of your apps and come back and do that. Okay, LA Guns. Let's go ahead and end that because Ted said, or David says, Ted said he was out. David Tate got that for $80. LA Guns went to for $80. Okay. Lots of people says they're heading over there. Gwen Carl messages. Good. It's a bad time for it's a bad time for a first-time buyer to buy something. The entire feed freezes. So, Aaron Griffin said, I missed Aaron Griffin. What was his? How far? Oh, Aaron Griffin. Aaron Griffin. Is he a first-time buyer? Okay, Aaron Griffin, I don't know if you can still hear me. Tanner just informed me I overlooked your comment, and I see it now. You want the this picture disc here. Thank you. That's so do you. And you have bought from us before, so no other action there. Gwen, thank you for your purchase and welcome. Sorry, our Facebook feed's a little glitchy right now. It don't happen too often. It's happened some this week. But we just keep moving on. If it ever happens, just come back and find us. And sorry y'all have to do that. We've been good for a long time. Just something has kind of cursed us this week. Everything in here is $14.99. Before we do that, let me go ahead and get a couple new auctions started. I'm going to do all the stuff I had on Facebook first. I'm going to do all the stuff I had on Facebook first, and then we'll start showing stuff that y'all have not seen. Okay. Another autographed Mamas and Papas record. There's only one original member that has signed this one, which was John Phillips. Glenn Daughtery? What was his name? Daughtery, though. He did not sign this one. All the other ones were signed by him, but it's not. This is signed by John Phillips, Mackenzie Phillips, which was her daughter, and Spanky McFarland. This is essentially the touring group Mamas and Papas from like the early 80s, I believe. And that's when Steve met them and he had them sign this. So, but I will say this. I listened to this record last night. In the post I made, I was trying to explain that this is a lot of times I see this on the MCA label. It is a compilation, but it is the OG compilation, ABC Dunhill, and it's in really good condition. Just very, very light, just standard 60s vinyl, or whenever this probably came out, probably late 60s, early 70s compilation. But it is signed by John Phillips, Mackenzie Phillips, Spanky McFarland, and those are 3 signatures on there. And of course, it's a great compilation. It's the greatest hits. I'm only going to start that one for $20. $20 on that, Mamas and Papas. It's a great compilation. It's got a few signatures there on it. And then our next Japanese auction is Journey Escape. This one's nice. We had one the other night, or I guess last night, without, it had an obi, but it was kind of detached somewhat. This is a nice copy. Let me make sure. Yeah. So covers in shrink wrap under the obi. Has a hop sticker, #1 album. Has the original inner sleeve. Has a Japanese insert with it. The vinyl is near mint, pristine. Perfect vinyl. That is a $45 start for Journey Escape. Journey Escape, $45 start on that. Eric Self is in on the Mamas and Papas for $22. Okay, here's what's left in the $14.99 crate. Second time going through these. $14.99, everything in here. This is live, Carol. Yes, yesterday's $14.99. Mick Fleetwood, The Visitor, everything in here is $14.99. Gone with the Wind has a movie poster with it too. Shelly Mann, 234. Chick Corea, Return to Forever, featuring Chick Corea, No Mystery, $14.99. Stray Cats. Stray Cats, Built for Speed, is $14.99. And no one has got Pure Prairie League. This is the highly requested one. Busting Out. Nice copy too. $14.99 for that. We have Grayson, The Friends of Distinction, $14.99. Waylon Jennings, It's Only Rock and Roll, $14.99. Sting, The Dream of the Blue Turtles, is $14.99. And Graham Nash, Wild Tales. We don't get this one as often. It came out in 1973. one of his earlier studio solo albums. This is a Canadian press, by the way. $14.99. Lisa Montgomery wants Gone with the Wind. Jason Schott on Stray Cats. Schott on Stray Cats. Okay. Mama's and Papa's autograph, which I guess it's only one, as far as members, Papa, which is John Phillips, but he's, he wrote a lot of the music. That is $22 of Eric Self. That's going twice, going 3 times. Looking for a $45 start on Journey. Looking for a $45 start on Journey. Neil Young Trans is $14.99. Voices in the Sky, Best of the Moody Blues, $14.99. Black Oak, Arkansas is $14.99. Don Henley, I Can't Stand Still, that's still available. Genesis Self-Titled is still available. Wes Montgomery, Tequila. The Best of Arlo Guthrie. Gordon Lightfoot, Gord's Gold. Kingfish is $14.99. Songs from the Wood, Jethro Tull. Hendrix in the West, that's a VG Plus copy. And The Blues Project. Those are all $14.99. Did you put up Gary Wright Dreamweaver? No, I didn't. It's not for sale. At least not right now. I know a way to build hype on something, and that's for me to say that I'm going to keep this, and then everybody wants to bid on it. It always happens, right, Tanner? These are $14.99. Jeff Johnson wants Journey for $45. That is a great sounding record. If I put it up for auction just like The Move, it won't be for tonight. I got to check of what I have. I don't know what pressing or what I have, but I try not to post anything I'm keeping. I just secretly take it home and y'all never know about it for these reasons. Michael Nath, I will go ahead and sell that to you for $12. Mamas and Papas, Eric Self gets that for $22. He gets that as well for $22. And I was going to go ahead and say, this is a buy it now. Jeff bid, and Belinda's at $47. Yeah, that's why I don't post stuff that I'm keeping, because y'all want it. Because usually if I'm keeping something, it's like, oh my gosh, I want that. And so I just don't tell y'all what I'm keeping. I just sneak it home. But I do like reviewing stuff. So if I usually post about something I'm listening to, it's only new vinyl. That's the only thing I really post is new vinyl, because otherwise it, Okay, I do have a few more. I'm going to try to sell what's left of George's records. And I've got some stuff that we're going to do straight by it now. And I'm going to go through those, I think, right now. There's a few things I got to pull out to auction that's not stickered. Let me do some sorting. And then, Tanner, we're going to do some George stuff right quick. It's going to be, we're going to go through that one more. Well, this stuff here we hadn't actually shown. There's a couple Beatles records in here. I need to pull some of these out. Give me a second, everybody. There's those. Tanner's going to get our green stickers we're using to keep track of these. Okay. This is only like a half of a crate, but let me go through these first because these are all stickered and ready for sale. And then we'll go through them then. Okay. 47.50 on Journey. Belinda's 51. And Jeff's out. Okay. Journey is at $51. Journey's at $51 with Belinda Dobb. Let me see what I've got here. Yes, Perfect Circle came in. So if you were on a waiting list for that, you've got it. Okay, Queen, Hammer to Fall. Queen, Hammer to Fall. This is a 12-inch single promo, Hammer to Fall. That was a great track off of The Works. Is that the album it was on? This is a 12-inch single promo. Special new Headbanger mix. Live performance video on MTV Hype Sticker. Near mint. has a little bit of staining up here on this generic jacket. And this is a $20 start. Queen Hammer to Fall 12-inch single promo. Jeff Johnson's back in on Journey at 52. Yes, these are all bought now. This is from George's collection. I've got half of a fourth of a crate here that are all straight priced. I got some stuff I got to auction, and then I'm going to go through some stuff of his. These are all sticker price. There's no offers. These are just straight up sticker price. This is Magical Mystery Tour. It's an orange capital label, VG Plus, $24.99. $24.99. $24.99 on that. Drive. Drive is sealed from 1988, and that is $34.99. Drive. Characters, is that what that says? Characters and Time, sealed. That is $34.99. Duran Duran, I Don't Want Your Love. This is an etched single, $19.99. James Lee Farrell, first on the Beatles, and Tanner, these buy it now records will be sticker price. Beatles, and this one, Jeff got Drive. That is $34.99. That one's $34.99. That one's sticker. And Duran Duran goes to John Stevens. Okay. No, these are George's. Yeah. Yeah. These right here. Yeah, I'll let you know. I'll let you know when we change. These buy it nows are going to be George's. There's only one auction of his right now. Okay, Belinda, let me know if you're in or out on Journey. Jeff Johnson's at $52. Jeff Johnson's at $52 on that. Brent, you're out on Queen. David Howard's at $25. James Lee Farrell got the Beatles. Jeff McMaster on Drive. John Stevens on Duran Duran. Drive was $34.99. Peter Frampton, I'm In You. That's $19.99. Fastbuck is sealed. That is $34.99. Fastbuck sealed on Jet Records. Fastbuck, 1960, 50, 60, 79 maybe. Sealed. The Last Poets, 1970 gray label. This is $34.99. The Last Poets, 1970 gray label, $34.99 on that. Brent's out on Queen. Van Halen, Fair Warning, $44.99. Nice copy, as in original inner sleeve and near mint minus vinyl. VG Plus or better cover. Fair Warning is $44.99. Led Zeppelin, this is a 1977 specialty press, also $44.99. 1977 press, very nice condition. Near mint minus on the vinyl. VG Plus. Brent Hall wants Van Halen. Brent's out on Queen. David has that for $25. Final call. Belinda's back in on Journey at $53. Quiet Riot, critical condition. VG Plus, $19.99 for Quiet Riot, critical condition. Santana is a VG copy for $14.99. It is the original label, Columbia 2i. VG copy, $14.99. Stephanie Harder in on Led Zeppelin. We have another one. This is a VG Plus, $34.99. This is a 1977 specialty pressing as well. It's a couple ticks lesser grade. $10 cheaper. VG Plus, $14.99. Arm Lazelle was first to Quiet Riot. He put We, which was an autocorrect error, but then he was first again. Then Juventude, then John Sheehan, then Randy Scarborough, then Brandon. Belinda's out on Journey. Jeff, you have that for $55. Queen, and this is Somers. That is sold to David Howard for $25. That is Somers. Let me put up a new auction. Next, well, let me slip this one here. There was a lot of Beatles that was mixed up. I had to separate them. This is Sgt. Pepper's. This is another orange capital label. This has the insert with it. VG Plus, $29.99. VG Plus, $29.99 on Sgt. Pepper's. Journey, we can go ahead and sell that to Jeff Johnson for $55. And I'm going to go ahead and get some more of these auctions rolling. Let me get these stacked where I can flip through them. This one I don't have price, so we'll have to put it up for auction. I don't know a lot about it. It's on metal blade, and it's sealed. It's Massey, Fire in the Rain. I hope I'm saying that right. Sorry for my weak knowledge on this. But it is a sealed copy from 1987. Sealed 1987 metal blade record. I'm thinking a $35 start. I'll let y'all think on that. And our next Japanese auction is going to be this super duper nice copy of Some Girls. Oh my gosh. Japanese press. Vinyl is pristine. pristine copy of the Rolling Stones Some Girls, 1978, Rolling Stones Records, Japanese press. Vinyl looks unplayed, not even any marks on the spindle hole. Beautiful cover, of course, unedited. I don't know how they did it in Japan. Of course, y'all know the story about the band cover or the fixed cover on this one. Perfect obi, perfect cover. This is a nice copy. Brent and Carol are puckering up right now. They're like, what the heck? Chad's brought this out. Time to bid. $65 start. $65 start on the Rolling Stones Some Girls. That is nice, as in Chad should be keeping that nice. Jeff McMaster wants The Last Poets. Tanner, that was $34.99. Richard is at $35 on Massey. Richard Davis is at $35 on that. Going once, going twice. Stones 70, Stones 90. Did you say $14.99 on Led Zeppelin? This is a VG Plus, $34.99. 1977 VG Plus. All right, we got Frampton Comes Alive, EX Condition, $27.99. Frampton Comes Alive, EX, $27.99. The Beatles White Album. This is a 1976 Jacksonville press. It has photos and poster. VG Plus, $39.99. VG Plus, $39.99. Orange capital label. Randy, if it's freezing too much, come check out the YouTube feed. I don't think anybody has any problems on that. David Bowie, Diamond Dogs, $42.99. David Bowie, Diamond Dogs. If you're bidding on something and it freezes, don't worry. I will make sure nothing happens. This has got a promo indentation on it, not for sale, promotion use only. $42.99. Has a promo stamp on the cover. Has a promo stamp on the cover. That's sold to Brent Ray. That's sold to. Let me get caught up here. All the frozen comments. I got to make sure I get my order right. Donnie Haney got the White Album. Carol Puckett. Jeff McMaster on David Bowie. Brent Rabley was next. Okay, so Richard David has Massey going twice, going 3 times. I'm about to sell that to Richard Davis. If anybody bids, I got to make sure he's still on because I think his connection just dropped. And the high bid on Some Girls, Carol Puckett has Some Girls for $90. Carol Puckett's at $90 on Some Girls. Next 2 records are Van Halen, Women and Children First, $44.99. Another one, really nice. We didn't put any condition notes on it. I'd say at worst it's an EX Plus. Richard Davis is on. All right, well, Richard, you're in a 10-second warning, and I'm about to sell Massey to you. He says, please close it out. And Triumph is $24.99. I've never had this one. If I have, it's been a long time ago. Triumph is $24.99. That's on Attic Records. That's got to be their first record. $24.99 on that. Dr. Ebo put Sabbath. Oh, he's talking about, I thought you were trying to buy a Black Sabbath record. Yeah, sell this to Richard. Richard Davis gets Massey for $35. Final call on Some Girls. Final call on Some Girls, and Brent Rabley was first on Triumph. It was $24.99, Tanner. Wolves Council was second, then Jeff McMaster. Here's what's left. These are on consignment from a metal collection and classic rock collection, as you see we got earlier in the week. We've got Peter Frampton for $19.99. Fast Buck was sealed. That was $24.99. Yeah, $24.99 on Fast Buck. Santana, original press, 2i, VG, $14.99. Sgt. Pepper's, a VG Plus, $29.99, has the insert, gatefold. Led Zeppelin was a VG Plus, $34.99. Frampton Comes Alive was EX, $27.99. And Van Halen, Women and Children First, $44.99. Let's go ahead and sell Some Girls. Carol, you had a little bit of competition. It was like everybody went ahead and jumped on it, but I think your $90 sealed the deal. That sold to Carol Puckett for $90. Next Japanese auction is going to be, I'm doing everything first that I put on Facebook. This is a classic album here, REO Speedwagon. You can tune a piano, but you can't tune a fish. This is an original Japanese press, orange Epic label, pristine, near mint Japanese vinyl. We have this REO Speedwagon Japanese insert, what appears to be the original inner sleeve there, which was an anti-static. That's always a good sign. Really cool Obi. And of course, the tuna fish with a piano tuner in its mouth. That is a $40 start for REO Speedwagon. You can tune a piano, but you can't tune a fish. $40 start. Roll with the changes. Oh my gosh. First track. That's going to sound good. The Sgt. Pepper's James Lee Farrell. That was a VG Plus $29.99. VG Plus $29.99. All right, I'm going to move those off to the side. I've got another crate of George's over here. We'll flip through everything that was left from this week. I told him I'd go through those one more time. I'll do that in just a second. In the meantime, let's go through our on-sale crate of everything that's going to be $19.99. What is this stuff right here? Those are autographs and new arrivals. Yeah, let me do... That's George's. Yeah, let's do a $9.99 crate. We're going to do a $9.99 crate. Brent Rabley's at 40 on REO Speedwagon, going once, going twice. And I got more. I'm going to try to keep one of George's records going at some point. Here we go. Women and Children First was $44.99. Bob Dylan and the Band Basement Tapes. Near mint minus copy. VG Plus cover. This is Bob Dylan and the Band Basement Tapes. That's going to be a $20 start. Bob Dylan and the Band Basement Tapes. Gatefold 2LP, $20 start on that. Brent Rabley's at 40 on REO Speedwagon. The next crate we're going to do, everything is going to be $9.99. So Tanner, we're back to Coletco stuff, $9.99. Carol Puckett, you got the Rolling Stones for $90. Sorry, I'm just now seeing your comment. You got the Rolling Stones for $90. Brian Hummel's at 20 on the band. Final call on REO Speedwagon for 40. Everything in this bin is $9.99. I'm going to need to take my hoodie off. It's hot again. Ooh. All right. Feel a lot better now. The Alarm. A lot of these are going to be half off records, by the way. So if y'all like that word, it's a lot in here, half off. $9.99 for the Alarm. The Association Live in shrink wrap, $9.99. I am sweating. Y'all are making me work tonight. Elvin Bishop Live, Raising Hell, VG Plus, that is $9.99. Black Oak, Arkansas, 10-year overnight success. That's in shrink wrap, $9. Oh, David says put your mic back on. Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Richard. Thank you for my mic. Boy, y'all watch over me, don't you? Let me get my neck adjusted. Oh, whew, man. This is sold to Brent Rabley for $40. REO Speedwagon. John Stevens was first to the Alarm for $9.99. John Stevens was first. Brent Rabley was second. Jeff was third. Scott was fourth. Microphone. Tommy Flowers on EB. That's Elvin Bishop. That was $9.99. Ryan Anderson on BOA. That was Black Oak, Arkansas. David, your bid on REO Speedwagon came in late. Sorry, that just now came in. I've already called it sold.
Are all these $9.99 or all half off?
$9.99. Yeah, $9.99. Yes, I'll do another autograph. The band is at $20 with Brian Hummel. Bob Dylan and the band. That is $20 going once, going twice. Going once, going twice. Autographs. Y'all are staying on me tonight. Let me figure out what I've done with them. They're in the front of this new arrival bin. All right, let's do the let's do the Carl Perkins. Carl Perkins. I hadn't brought any of the big dogs out yet. We'll do Carl Perkins. I don't know. Some of y'all may think Carl. I'm telling you, the last one there was a lot of interested parties in this one. Carl Perkins. It says thanks. Carl Perkins 89. Nice. Another large, bold autograph in blue Sharpie, $25 start for that. The band is not Japanese. No, this is a U.S. press. It's got about 15 seconds left. It's a 75 US OG. That's from George's, and Brian has that for 20 or 25. I think I said 25. Let me make sure. He's at 20. Yeah, 20. So that's final call on that. The Association Live, Rock and Roll this is Rock and Roll Nights, Bachman Turner Overdrive. BTO, Rock and Roll Nights, that is $9.99. The George Benson Collection, 2LP hits collection from him, $9.99. Bee Gees, Rare, Precious, and Beautiful. Atco two-tone label, that's $9.99. David Trahan, 25 on Carl Perkins. Brent Rabley, 25. Mike Bloomfield, Al Cooper, and Stephen Steele, Super Session. VG Plus, $9.99. Columbia 2i. We have John Cafferty and the Beaver Brown Band, Roadhouse, Scotty Brothers Records. That is now just $9.99. Roy Gallagher, Take It Back or Take It Easy Baby. Roy Gallagher, that's $9.99. And we have the Grassroots Lovin' Things, $9.99. The Grassroots Lovin' Things, $9.99. Human League Fascination, that is now $9.99. David bid 25 on Carl Perkins. So did Brent Rabley. David was in first. Scott Smith was first to BTO. Next was Donnie Haney. Jeff McMaster on Bloom. That was Bloomfield. That's so did Jeff McMaster. Carl Perkins is now at 28. James Lee Farrell. Brian, I'm sorry. That 15 seconds took longer than it was supposed to. James Lee Farrell's in at $21. Brian's at 25. Robert Johnson was first to the Roy Gallagher. Brent Rabley was second. Tom Steyer on the Human League. Tom Steyer on the Human League. And Jeff McMaster was second. And we have internet connections again. Janet Jackson. Janet Jackson is $9.99. Once again, I think whatever we changed earlier in this week, we need to completely redo it.
Well, our bit rate is bouncing around 4,000. Pretty good. I think it's Facebook.
Okay. Tanner thinks tonight's problem is Facebook, and it has nothing to do with our internet file. So sometimes what happens is our internet kind of glitches. So let's just say it's like this. Every once in a while it does this. It dips. And then when it dips, we kind of have a graph where we can see it. It's like a heartbeat, I guess, kind of, if you want to imagine it that way. When it dips, everybody, a big portion of y'all freeze. And it just, but tonight we're doing pretty good. But it's probably a Facebook thing. Sometimes Facebook servers, I mean, out there in California, wherever those big rows of computer servers are, sometimes they have problems. And that hurts us. David Trahan, fortunately, they don't charge us to use this live service, right? It's free. At least we think it's free. Carl Perkins is at $30. Tillman Smoot was first on Janet Jackson. YouTube is fine. Yeah, it's definitely a Facebook thing tonight. I don't think it's an internet thing. I think it's a Facebook thing. High bid on Carl Perkins is at $30 with David Trahan. Let's see here. Now 32. And somebody wanted Grassroots. I looked over that. Sherry Darnell. Yeah, Sherry Darnell on that. Next is Jay Giles, Love Stinks. That's $9.99. And The Great Wide World of Quincy Jones. That is now $9.99. So Brent's in on Carl Perkins. James Lee Farrell, let me know if you're in or out on this because you're now out. Brian Hummel has that at 25. As soon as you say out, I'm selling that immediately to Brian. Jay Giles is sold to Jeff McMaster. Steve Bosford was second. We have John Kay from Steppenwolf, All in Good Time. That is $9.99. Best of Leon, Leon Russell. That's $9.99. And Moby Grape. That's a VG Plus now, $9.99. Jay Giles. James out. So Brian Hummel gets Bob Dylan and the band. That's $25. And that is sold to Brian Hummel. That is a Solmers record. That is Solmers. Carl Perkins going twice, going three times. David says he's out. Brent Rabley has that for $32. $32. Kevin Willis, the name of the Cafferty album was Roadhouse. Roadhouse. It's $9.99. Tom Ulanowski on the John Kay. Thank you, Tom. Brian Hummel on Leon Russell. And let's see. Ted Nugent and the Amboy Dukes, Marriage on the Rocks, Rock Bottom. VG Plus, $9.99. Quicksilver Anthology, VG Plus. This is now $9.99, half off. It's VG Plus Quicksilver's Anthology. Scandal. I've got, or Love's Got a Line on You, that's $9.99. Lisa is in on the Carl Perkins autograph for $35. She says, I'm in. That was, let's see, let me try to do another Somers record over here. Yeah, let's do this copy of Uma Guma, and we got a copy of Riot. Let's do Uma Guma next. Pink Floyd Uma Guma, Gatefold, US. Nice cover. Near mint minus vinyl. Pink Floyd Uma Guma. This is a $35 start. This is also from George's collection. $35 start on Pink Floyd Uma Guma. $35 start on that. We were at $35 on Carl Perkins. Now we're at $37. Everything in this bin is $9.99. If you're just joining us, everything in here is $9.99. Harry Nilsson, son of Schmilson, $9.99. Paul Simon, still crazy after all these years. And Paul Simon, One Trick Pony. Those are both near mint records. I remember putting those together last night. Al Stewart, Time Passages is $9.99. We have Tommy Shaw, Girls with Guns, Tommy Shaw from Styx, and Stephen Stills Live, Electric Acoustic, $9.99. The Temptations live at London's Talk of the Town. That's a white label promo. The Temptations is a white label promo, near mint, $9.99. Stephanie's in on Pink Floyd at $35. Lisa's back in on Carl Perkins at $40. Tom Ulanowski gets the Harry Nilsson. Steve Botsford, high bid on Pink Floyd is $35. Tommy Flowers wants the Temptations. David Trahan on TS. That was Tommy Shaw. That so did David Trahan. Jeff, you were next on the Temptations. Brent was third. Michael Nath was fourth. 10 years after, Stoned Hinge. Stoned Hinge. Pretty significant cover wear, as you can see. Definitely makes it probably VG. No seam splits or anything, just cover wear. Nice vinyl, though. $9.99. Pink Floyd 40. Pink Floyd 40. George July wants the Stephen Stills. Pink Floyd 45. Brent Rabel, if you're done on Carl Perkins, let me know. High bid on that is now with Lisa Montgomery at 40. Brent Hall's at 45 on Pink Floyd. Brent wants 10 years after. Jeff was second. And Stephanie, you're out on Pink Floyd. We already got 45. Cornerstone, Styx. $9.99 on Styx Cornerstone. Uriah Heep, Fallen Angel. Got this one now at $9.99. Fallen Angel, $9.99. Vanilla Fudge Renaissance. That's now $9.99. I think I looked at a lot of these last night. Yeah, nice label. Nice vinyl. Original label is what I meant to say. Johnny Winter, Captured Live, $9.99. And the Young Rascals. Yeah, vinyl on this one's VG Plus. Classic album, though, including Good Love and Hype sticker. VG Plus on the vinyl. Brent Rabley first to Uriah Heep. Robert Johnson was second. Brent's out on Pink Floyd. Nikki's out on Pink Floyd. Juventude wants Vanilla Fudge. And Brent Rabley's at 42 on Carl Perkins. Stephanie's at 47 on Pink Floyd. Going once, going twice to Stephanie, $47. Brent was at 42 on Carl Perkins. Lisa's at 45. Tom Ulanowski wants the Young Rascals. Chris is at 46 on Pink Floyd. And Stephen Chesney wants Styx Cornerstone. The Alvin Lee Band, speaking of 10 years after, Alvin Lee Band, Free Fall. That is now $9.99. So is Charlie Chaplin, Modern Times. Of course, that was a silent film, right? So this is the music to it. Not totally, or no, I guess it could be a silent film. Is this the one where he's working in the factory? Yeah. I've watched this before. I think we watched it in school. See, I guess there has to be music behind it. There's no speaking, there's no voice acting, but I guess there is music now that I think about it. $9.99 on that. Okay, Pink Floyd 46. Brent Rabley on Alvin Lee. Al. That's sold to Brent Rabley. Scott Smith, you were second. Tommy Flowers was first to the Charlie Chaplin record. David Trainum wants MT, and MT was possibly something still in here. That was Modern Times. David, you were second. Yvette was third. Chris Wood Sr. out on Pink Floyd. Currently, you're in. No, Stephanie's at $47. I guess you are out. Stephanie has this for 47. That's going twice, going 3 times. And Carl Perkins is at 45 of Lisa Montgomery. Brent, let me know if you're in or out. Lisa has that for $45. Must have had a substitute teacher. I don't think we watched it all. I think we watched a clip of it, though, when he's there in the factory. I forgot for what reason, or I think so. I have to ask Butch Agee about that. I think it was in his class. Bee Gees, Here at Last. Bee Gees, Here at Last live, $9.99. Santana, Caravansari is $9.99. And the Rod Stewart album, now just $9.99. This is his debut U.S. album. Red Mercury label, too. I thought $14.99 was cheap enough on that. $9.99 is even better. And another Rod Stewart, A Shot of Rhythm and Blues. These are early Rod Stewart tracks, 1964 and 1966. All right. Lisa Montgomery gets the Carl Perkins autograph for $45. Stephanie Harder gets Pink Floyd for $47. That sold. Pink Floyd was a Somers record. Pink Floyd was a Somers record. Brent Rabley first on Rod Stewart. Brent Rabley, let me know which one you want. We have Shot of Rhythm and Blues and the Rod Stewart album. Next is Robert Johnson, then William. Robert wants the first one. Jack Suslak wants the live Bee Gees. So, of course, Carl Perkins was us. Pink Floyd was Somers. And Brent wants both Rod Stewarts. And then Bee Gees is sold to Jack. Time for 2 new auctions. I guess it's time for another, what do we got? I have Riot Norita. Is that what that says? Let me check the label on this one. Riot Norita. Yeah, this is from George's as well. Green Capital, which is technically a reissue. Nice copy, though. I'd say vinyl is EX to EX+. Riot is going to be a $20 start. Riot's a $20 start. And I've got, let's see, we did an autograph, so we need to do a Japanese press. And then after this, we'll do another autograph. I have a nice copy, though, of, I like this. I mean, I like this album. It's, you know, very proggy, but this is a really cool copy because it has this Obi with Rick Wakeman on it. This is Rick Wakeman's Journey to the Center of the Earth. Nice gatefold copy. Has a really cool Obi with Rick Wakeman on it. Keyboardist from Yes is what he's most famous for. It has the multi-page flip book that I think did come with the U.S. pressings too, Journey to the Center of the Earth. Has the actual Japanese insert. That booklet I think came with most U.S. pressings. Perfect cover with Obi, and the vinyl, of course, is pristine. Japanese vinyl. That's a $35 start for Rick Wakeman. Journey to the Center of the Earth. That's a $35 start. Perfect Japanese pressing. I'm looking for a $20 start on Riot. Men at Work. I'll run that one the next time we do a Japanese. Elton John, Blue Moves. That's now just $9.99. Everything in here is $9.99. The Legend Lives Anew. Hank Williams with Strings. That's in shrink wrap. $9.99. Chris is at 20 on Riot. Going once, going twice. Linda Ronstadt is also $9.99. Green Capital label, $9.99. This is Johnny Cash. Johnny Cash. Harmony label, $9.99. Lisa first on Hank. Sell that to Lisa. $35 on that. Final call on Riot. I'm going to sell these pretty fast, just FYI. So if you want to bid, you're on the clock. You better start sweating. Leslie Holt on Linda Ronstadt. Jeff McMaster on Johnny Cash. William, you were second on that. The Sting soundtrack. This is a VG Plus for $9.99. A salute to Bogey, Humphrey Bogart. Music from the classic Humphrey Bogart films, MGM Strings. So this is music scores from his most popular movies, such as one, you may have heard of it before. It was a film called Casablanca. $9.99. Rodney Crowell, Ain't Living Long Like This. That's now $9.99. Queen's Greatest Hits. It's a very low-grade copy. It's a VG minus. It's a very, just FYI. You can still play it. It actually has no like deep marks on it, but it's got a lot of surface noise. That's now just $9.99. Riot, let's see. We had a $21 bid on Riot, then $25, then $22. So $25. Next comment was Alex Roman on the Bogart. Steve Botsford on Elton John. Brent Rabley on Rodney Crowell. Jeff McMaster was second. Allen's out on Riot. Wayne was first to Queen. Then Brent Hall. Then Donnie. Yeah, Wayne was first. So, Hendry, let me know if you're in or out on Riot, because Chris Wood has that for $25. I'm about to sell it. If anybody wants Rick Wakeman, it's a buy it now for $35. Rick Wakeman, Japanese press of Journey to the Center of the Earth. If this is around too long, I may have to keep it. If this is around in a few more weeks, I'll keep it. Wayne passes on Queen, sell that to Brent Hall. So, Brent, you get the Queen record. Hendry's at 26 on Riot. Canned Heat, Future Blues. Is that what this one's called? Yeah, Future Blues. VG copy. VG copy of that. $9.99 for Canned Heat. Very cool cover. Ted Nugent, Cat Scratch Fever. That's EX. That's now $9.99. Chet Atkins in Hollywood. Chet Atkins in Hollywood. RCA, OG Press, $9.99. Cool cover. Really cool cover. $9.99. Player. They had a hit song called Baby Come Back. That's in shrink wrap, near mint, $9.99. Chris Wood, you're out on Riot. Hendry has that for $26. Bill Toe takes the Rick Wakeman. Oh, no. Bill's buying it. Sell that to Bill Toe for $35. Brent Hall on TN. Ted Nugent to Brent Hall. Anthony Riddle, you were second. Richard Davis gets the Chet Atkins. Chris is backing on Riot. And David Trahan, you were second on Chet Atkins. Let me pull out a new autograph, because we just did a Japanese pressing. Let's do the Badfinger. I think there'll be some interest in this one. I have not had one of these up for sale yet. This is autographed by Tom Evans and Joey Moland, the two of the original members of Badfinger, and at this point, they were the only two kind of left in the band. Badfinger Airwaves, definitely authentic, because it says, Steve, thanks for the memory. That is Tom Evans, yeah. Steve, thanks for the memory, Tom Evans. And over here, Joey Moland signed it. Original members of Badfinger. By the way, I think if you're interested in caring about the vinyl too, I think this was opened and signed and probably not played. It was probably the shrink wrap was torn off of it so they could autograph it, and I don't think he played it. I've put it in a 4mm sleeve. So that's autographed by Tom Evans and Joey Moland from Badfinger. That's going to be a $35 start. Tom Evans and Joey Moland autographs, $35 start on that. Grant Peltzer, first on Player. Steve, you were third on Ted Nugent. Riot is now at 28. Brent, you were second on Player. And Badfinger, I had a feeling, I thought about 5 different people who were going to bid on this. 2 of the 5 have already bid. John and Brent, they're both at $35. Everything in this crate is $9.99. Chris is out on Riot, so we're going to sell that to Hendry for $28. Hendry, that's yours for $28. Let's see what we got left in George's stack over here. I got these Megadeth singles, but I've already shown them, but I may put them up again later. Lizzie Borden, I've already tried that. I've got a couple more Beatles here. Let me show these one at a time as I buy it now. We have a copy of Beatles, Yesterday and Today. This is a VG Plus, orange capital label, Yesterday and Today, VG Plus, $24.99. Orange capital label, that's a VG Plus, $24.99. I think I sold all the other Beatles out of the last bin except the Sgt. Pepper's. And our next auction, Anthrax. Anthrax. Special vinyl pressing. This is Anthrax from 1990. Got the Time LP version. Got the Time edit. We have Got the Time LP, so it's double-sided, it looks like. Looks like a radio station, probably of WCEB. Got the Time. This is a 1990 Megaforce Island. Anthrax 12-inch single. We're going to start that. I mean, it's Anthrax from 1990. It's at least got to be a $20 start. $20 start on that. 35. That was not $9.99. No, $35 on that. Okay, let's see here. 35, 35, 37, 30. Adam, there's 3 of the 5 people. There's 3 of the 5 people. Adam Stein, big Badfinger fan. We've sold him a lot of Badfinger stuff. Records. I don't think I've had anything else Badfinger related. Well, 45s. Anthrax is at 20, Badfinger's at 60. How much is the Lizzie? The Lizzie Borden, I've tried it for a few times for a $30 start. I don't think I'm going to take any less than that, but the Lizzie Borden, I know I'm not going to take any less than that. These are on consignment. I have an obligation when I'm selling stuff on consignment, you know. It's $30. It's their first EP, Give 'Em the Axe. Has the original lyric insert too. Near mint minus vinyl. And I missed a claim. Beat. Didn't somebody claim the Beatles? Yeah, Jeff McMaster. Jeff, what was your question? It says Moon Record. What does that mean? Jeff McMaster. This is Somers, Tanner, the Beatles there. That's Jeff McMaster. We got 2 bids on Anthrax. That's $30. Okay, I hadn't finished the $9.99 bin yet. Bad Company, Rough Diamonds. This is $9.99. Willie Nelson, The Ghost. That's something I don't see as often. Charlie Daniels Band, Midnight Wind. This is a white label promo from Charlie Daniels Band, Midnight Wind. White label promo, $9.99. Next is Charlie Daniels, Honey in the Rock. VG Plus Condition. This is VG Plus Condition. VG Plus cover. Ultrasonically clean. That's $9.99. And another Charlie Daniels is Charlie Daniels Band, High Lonesome, $9.99. Cover is Moon Landing. That is Canned Heat. Canned Heat Future Blues. VG copy, $9.99. Anthrax 20, Anthrax 25. Brent Rabley's out on Badfinger. I thought somebody else bid on Anthrax. It looked, yeah, Super McCauldron. Super McCauldron, 25 on Anthrax. William, you were first on Charlie Daniels Band. William, let me know which one you want. There's 3 there. High Lonesome, Honey in the Rock, or Midnight Wind. Kathy, you're second. Anthrax bid is now at $25. The Badfinger. Badfinger Airwaves. This is at $60. Brent says he's out. It's signed by Tom Evans and Joey Molin. John Young has that for $60. Nice copy, too. Really nice cover. That's in really good condition. William wants the first Charlie Daniels Band. That's sold to him, $9.99. Kathy, your pick if you want any of those other 2. If you're done bidding on Anthrax, let me know. John Anderson is sealed with hype sticker. Sealed copy. I've marked that down to $9.99. Also, we have Conway Twitty, Shake It Up Baby. This is a picture disc, $9.99. Stephen Stills, the best of Stephen Stills is $9.99. And America Harbor in shrink wrap with hype sticker, $9.99. Let's see here. Adams at 65 on Badfinger. Shane needs to put back Dave Matthews Band. He already has that. William Condrey, no problem. William Condrey wants John Anderson. John Young's at 75 on Badfinger. Timothy gets the Conway Twitty. Kathy wants the other 2 Charlie Daniels. David Trahan wants CT. That was Conway Twitty. That's already sold. Final call on this. I was just waiting for Chris Wood Sr. to say out. We got William. We have a new bidder on YouTube, a Super McCauldron. You have that for $25, and that's a final call on that. I'm about to sell it. Chris may have even already said out, and I missed it, but I hadn't seen it yet. They're still bidding on Badfinger. Not much left in the $9.99 bin. I'm going to go through it one more time. I'm officially putting away Lizzie Borden. If anybody wants that for $30, let me know, and I'll show those Anthrax records in just a second. He's out. Okay, so Mike. Okay, that's Mike McCauldron. Okay, so he gets Anthrax for $25. Good deal. So we know who that is, right? Is his first name Mike? Yeah, Mike. Yes, Mike Cauldron. Mike Cauldron, you get that for $25. Next was John Young. He's at 85 on Badfinger. Sherry Darnell wants the Stephen Stills. That's sold to Sherry Darnell for $9.99. Next is Jeff McMaster. He wants the Canned Heat. Adam Stein gets the Lizzie Borden for $30. So that Anthrax was Somers, and so is this Lizzie Borden. And that's $30, Adam Stein. Brandon, you were second to that. Adam got that. John Young is the high bidder on that. Let's see. Let's run in a Japanese record right quick. Somebody was waiting for Men at Work. The last time I had this up, everybody was like regretting they didn't bid on it, like 2 people, because I made it a buy it now, then 2 or 3 people jumped on it. So my advice is to bid now. This is a mint pristine copy of Men at Work Business as Usual. Near mint pristine vinyl, as you can expect. We have this Japanese insert here. Very nice. And the cover is near mint with Obi. That's a $35 start. Rod Stewart, there's a good chance. There's a good chance. Any other Badfinger? Yes, there's a copy. So yes, there is more. There is more Badfinger. There's at least an autographed copy of ASS. There may be one more. There at least may be, excuse me, let me get this straight. There's at least one more. There may be 2. Could be 2. I know for sure there's at least one more. There's the one with the, the ASS album. Okay, Mr. Stein, let me know if you're in or out on Badfinger. Brent Hall's at 35 on Men at Work. Here's what's left in the $9.99 bin. One more time. Everything in here is $9.99. The Association Live. I had 2 copies back there. One was a VG Plus. This one is near mint and shrink wrap. I went ahead and put this one in the $9.99 bin. The Association Live. Green Warner Brothers label. George Benson collection, $9.99. That's his hits, of course. BG's, Rare, Precious, and Beautiful. John Cafferty, Roadhouse. The Great Wide World of Quincy Jones. That's on Mercury, $9.99. Black Mercury label, $9.99. If I get it back in its... look what it is. It's one of these horrid inner sleeves. I'm never going to buy these again. I need us to put this in an anti-static. Don't ever buy these. Well, you can buy them, but just when you put the disc back in, take the sleeve out. Otherwise, you run into this problem. It happens with original company sleeves, too. I'll have to fix that later. If somebody buys it, I'll put it in a new sleeve. Bad company condition. Was that Rough Diamonds from earlier, Donnie? Pretty nice cover, especially have these perforated edges. No condition notes on it, so the vinyl will be EX Plus to near mint minus. Aaron Gardner on BGs, or is that GB? That is BG. That's the BGs. And then Aaron on Quincy Jones. Aaron, I will put that in a new, better sleeve for you, okay? So that's Aaron's also for $9.99. Be careful of that one. The disc is exposed. Jeff, you were next on Quincy Jones. Show the autos again on Badfinger. They're in ink. They're in black ink pen. It says, Steve, thanks for the memory. I don't know the backstory. I actually texted Steve before the auction. I don't think I've heard back from him. Of course, I don't have my other cell phone, but I asked him if he could give some stories on this and the Cheap Trick autographs. Or no, maybe I just asked him for anything, but I was going to ask him for stories on these. So, Steve, thanks for the memory. Tom Evans, I'm having trouble remembering these names. And then Joey Moland. He just signed it. They're strong. They're not smudged. They're not faded. They're pretty strong for an ink pen signature. Those are 9s or 10s, in my opinion. Yeah, those are really nice. Okay, so the high bid on that is John Young at 85. If Adam happens to say out, then I'm going to sell it to John really quickly. If you want to bid, I would bid right now, so I know you're interested. Aaron Gardner also against the George Benson collection. That's sold for $9.99. Donnie Haney wants Bad Company. Price on Sting. Dream of the Blue Turtles. Dream of the Blue Turtles. Is that still in here? Or did it sell? Did I already pull it out? Wasn't that from the last bin? That was from the last bin. Dan, I think your connection is pretty far behind or something, but it's $14.99. 90 on Badfinger, now 100. I forgot about Men at Work over here. Brent Hall, $35. There's about 15 seconds left on that. Men at Work is at $35. Moby Grape Wow is VG Plus, $9.99 for Moby Grape. Ted Nugent, VG Plus, that's now $9.99. Quicksilver Anthology, that's VG Plus $9.99. Scandal, Love's Got a Line on You, that's $9.99. Paul Simon, Still Crazy After All These Years, and Paul Simon, One Trick Pony. Those are both $9.99. Al Stewart, Time Passages, $9.99. Johnny Winter, Captured Live, $9.99. And Santana Caravanserai. Sting soundtrack. Good eyes, Chip. It's right here. The Sting soundtrack. This is a VG Plus. It is $9.99. Brent is now at 40 on Men at Work. Willie Nelson, The Ghost, $9.99. And America Harbor, $9.99. That's in shrink wrap. They're still bidding on the Badfinger autographs. Very cool. That first Badfinger album, Straight Up, awesome album. If y'all don't have a copy of Straight Up in your collection, next time I have one, I usually auction them anyway, but you need that. Dan Rice says he'll want the Sting. He's like, y'all are crazy. I was talking about this. Debbie Blair wants America. Al Stewart and QS for $16. Wolves, I think one of those have already sold, haven't they? Or maybe you're talking about Quicksilver. Let me see. If those are check condition, I'll do it. What was Al Stewart? Is it still in here? Okay, I'll go ahead and do that. Sell both of these for $16 to Wolves Council. Anybody else want anything in there? Let me know. Adam Stein is at 105 on Badfinger. John says he's out. Adam Stein has this for 105. If you want to bid, it's probably already too late. I'm going to sell that in 15 seconds, which turns into 60 seconds. Brent Hall's at 48 on Men at Work. 48 on Men at Work. Okay, I am officially changing crates. Changing crates. Let's go through. Boy, I've got the 1999 bin. It's pretty insane, by the way. Let me go ahead and sell this before I walk away. And Adam Stein's at 105 on Badfinger. 105 on Badfinger. That is sold. Men at Work, I think they're still bidding on that. Brent Hall's at 48. I'll see a couple offers. Let me grab the other crate first. There's some stuff in here I needed to pull out, though. Let me see what's... Yeah, so what I do is when I'm going through bins, if I find anything that's in the high-end bins, I pull them out. Yeah, give me 1 second on this crate. There's some stuff that needs to be... I mean, there's some stuff in here I found that was $89.99 that I need to pull out. I'm sure y'all understand. I'll leave that in there. There's some stuff in here that's huge markdowns, but I'm going to leave it in here anyway. Those are Wolves Council for $16. Give me 1 second. It's going to be worth the wait, I promise. That's not good. Yeah. This is why we're need a bigger store. Okay. Who was bidding on Men at Work? Rich is out. Let's go ahead and sell that to Brent Hall for $48. I will take that stack over here. Or
yeah. Kind of the good thing is it sounded like they landed perfectly flat.
Yeah, they did. They did. Actually, I don't need those right now. Okay, we had Jesse Hood offer 8 on Ambroid Dukes. Let me figure out what was left in here. Jesse, I'll do $8 for that. Technically, you're first because Richard offered 16 on both of them. So, Richard, I'm going to sell you Johnny Winter for $8, and that means Jesse Hood. You can have Ted Nugent for $8. If you pass, both of those will go to Richard Davis. Okay, now this is a 1999 bin. Just fair warning, I just kind of tried to go through it, but there's some, like this right here. This isn't supposed to be in here. This was originally $49.99. There's some stuff I'm going to find in here that I may need to pull out that's like a lot more than stuff I can sell for 20. I hope you'll understand. I think I got through it. There is going to be some deals in here like this. Faces is now just $19.99. A nod is as good as a wink. I've got some really good records in here. The 1999 bin is usually emptied, just like the $14.99 bin. There's not much left. 1999, everything in here. There may be a couple that I didn't get to. Trust me, they'll be for sale. We'll probably put them up for auction at a $20 start, even if I do pull them out. So they will be for sale tonight. Next autograph is Isaac Hayes. I'll show that in 1 second. It's going to be a $35 start. Those have been really popular. And I've got another record from George's collection. This is Kate Bush, The Big Sky. Kate Bush, The Big Sky, 12-inch single, special single mix, near mint, 1986. That's a $15 start. Jesse Hood, did he say yes or no on that? He offered 8 for Ted Nugent, or he offered 7, and then Richard said 16 for both of them. I was going to sell it to Jesse for 8. If he passes, both of those are 16, and then Minute Work was at 48. Jimmy Ball was second. Brent Rabley was first on Faces. That's 1999. 1999. Jesse Hood takes the Ted Nugent for 8. Jimmy Ball's at 15 on that. Okay, let me show what a great Isaac Hayes record to be autographed. Shaft soundtrack. Once again, it says to Steve, Isaac Hayes. We've had a few Isaac Hayes autographs. I still got a few more. I'm trying to do some of the, like the Tommy James, I've done some of the better ones first, like significant big albums or like that. There's some other Isaac Hayes. Either the signatures aren't as good, like in a good spot on the album, or maybe wasn't. But I figure this is a great one to the Shaft soundtrack. Isaac Hayes. So that is signed right there. Nice, bold autograph. $35 start for that. Brent Hall is in. By the way, let's check the vinyl. The last record I had, there had an extra LP in it. I don't know if I've looked at this. Enterprise Records. Nice vinyl too. Yeah, at least that disc is. So nice LPs as well. Let me check the other one. I'm going to put them down in the gatefold. Kate Bush, multiple bidders on that. Jimmy Ball's at $27. And this one is also really clean. Yes, a lot of times autographs may have been opened up just for somebody to sign it, like at a store or something. You know, somebody's at a store doing a signing, or like maybe Steve's case, he goes to his local record store. He knows he's going to an Isaac Hayes concert or something, and he goes and buys 2 or 3 records and opens them up, so because he knows they're going to get signed. All right, so that's our next 2 auctions. Everything in here is $19.99. There may be some asterisks where I say, oops, not that, and we'll auction it later, okay? Humble Pie, as safe as yesterday, but everything in here I'm kind of like, man, this shouldn't be $19.99, but it is. As safe as yesterday is Humble Pie on the immediate label, $19.99. Guitar Giants Volume 2, Jimi Hendrix. I mean, there's some steals in here. German Jimi Hendrix compilation, $19.99, 2 LP. We have 5 Nights in a Judo Arena, The Beatles. This is a live Beatles unofficial bootleg, just $19.99. We had, and I thought that might have sold immediately, $39.99 on that. The Beatles live in Japan, and James Brown Pure Dynamite. Someone needs to buy this immediately. It's a nice, clean James Brown Blue King label. Unbelievable. Zapped, Frank Zappa. Yeah, let me auction that one because it was marked $59.99. Mothers of Invention. I'll do this one for $19.99 though. It does have a little bit of cover damage. I think it's a second press. Yeah, it is on the Bark and Pumpkin Records, but it is near mint. It is near mint. Zappa, Mothers of Invention, Freak Out. Nice copy. Nice copy. Does have some cover damage, but just $19.99 on that. What the heck? Okay. Where are we at on our bids? Kate Bush, 15, 35 on Shaft. Kate Bush, 22, 25, 27. Isaac Hayes, 50. Kate Bush, 30. Kate Bush, 32. Timothy Jernigan, first on Jimi Hendrix. James Lee Farrell, first on the Beatles. Jeff McMaster, first on James Brown. Toby Grimm, second. Brent Rabley, third. Michael Nath, four. Rich Recore, fifth. Mark Shelton, sixth. And, of course, I showed two Zappas at the same time. So that's Brent, Ryan, Wayne, and Brent, and Jeff. Brent, this is yours if you want it. If you pass, it goes to Ryan, then Wayne, then Brent, in that order. Right now, that's Brent's for $19.99. Isaac Hayes' Shaft autograph is at $50. Signed by Isaac Hayes, the Shaft soundtrack. $50, going twice, going three times. The Kate Bush is SPR09701. SPR09701. High bid on that is at $32 to Jimmy Ball, going twice, going three times. Only thing left in here is Humble Pie for $19.99. UFO Strangers in the Night, VG Plus, $19.99. UFOs Strangers in the Night, VG Plus, $19.99. Was $34.99. Steely Dan, Countdown to Ecstasy, VG Plus, $19.99. Steely Dan, Countdown to Ecstasy, take both. I'll auction the other one in just a second, but it was a little bit too... I can't sell that for $9. I would lose sleep. Y'all don't want me losing sleep, do you? Love, a VG copy, original gold Electra label. It is a VG copy, $19.99. All right, I'm going to sell Shaft to Brent Rabley for $50, and Kate Bush goes to Jimmy Ball for $32. Kate was a Somers record, $32 Jimmy Ball. Isaac Hayes was ours, $50. Next is Ryan Anderson on UFO, $19.99. Arm Lozelle got Steely Dan, and you don't sleep anyway. I know, so now it would be really bad. Okay, what did we just do? We had an autograph. Let's jump over to our Japanese bin, especially for this one. This may be, we may have a war over this one after I show everybody how nice it really is. I don't have a George record ready, so let me do a autograph. Let's go ahead. I consider right now, what time is it? 9? I consider right now prime time, so let's go ahead and do the Cheap Trick and Led Zeppelin House of the Holy. I'll show the Cheap Trick first. This is autographed by Tom Peterson, Robin Zander, and Rick Nelson. Now, we had one the other night that wasn't signed by Zander, which was weird because all of them have been signed by that, and I need to look at that one. I think, Brent, you bought that one. You might want to look at that really close, maybe check the inner sleeve, because I was like, well, here's another one signed by Tom Peterson and Rick Nielsen, and then I opened it up, and then look, signed by Robin Zander. So Tom Peterson's autograph's on the front, right there on his motorcycle, black Sharpie, really nice. These names, Robin Zander, Robin Zander, they're all getting mixed up in my head. It's like in a purple marker. It's not really the strongest autograph, but no smearing or anything, but it's there. So the only one that didn't sign this is Bun E. Carlos. But what's weird, that first Cheap Trick we autographed, he signed that one. So I'm not for sure. And then on the back, it's signed by Rick Nielsen, his famous signature. It looks like there's 2 eyeballs or something in it. Very unique signature. Kind of like him. So that's signed there, the gatefold, and the back. If I can say anything else negative about this, the cover is kind of beat up. If I was grading this cover, I'd call it VG. I mean, it's got the seam is cracked. It's got some damage up here. And unfortunately, all the autographs aren't together. It's on the front, gatefold, and back. Now, what can I say positive about it? It's an autographed Cheap Trick record. $55 start, Cheap Trick in color. I think that's the cheapest I've started one. It's also an original pressing, Orange Epic label. $55 start on that, Cheap Trick in color, autographed by 3 members. This Led Zeppelin record is really nice. This is probably the most complete, nicest Led Zeppelin Japanese House of the Holy we've had. The vinyl is standard near mint minus pristine Japanese quality. Very, very nice copy on the vinyl. As usual, looks like it's unplayed. It has both inserts which is this Japanese lyric insert and the original inner sleeve. The cover, very nice. It has the original strip on it. I think, I don't know if I've had one with that on there before. If I have, I don't recall it. But this is usually something that's very easily lost. And I think they also did it to cover up her backside. Also, is one of these Led Zeppelin records that has no writing on it, so people didn't know what it was. I guess in Japan you did, but definitely in the U.S. they put that on copies. But this is really nice, and that's a $75 start. Led Zeppelin House of the Holy. That's a top Japanese pressing of that. Jeff McMaster is at $55 on Cheap Trick. $75 on Led Zeppelin House of the Holy. Okay, we're back. We're just getting started on our 1999 bin. This is some good stuff. Let me make sure. Yeah. I'm going to try to take a peek at some things, and if they're not supposed to be in here, I've got to pull them out. Howard Melvin and the Blue Notes. Wake Up Everybody. That's in shrink wrap. So we got both bids on our auctions, $55 and $75. Journey Captured. This is a nice copy. Near mint U.S. pressing with the insert. Just $19.99 for Journey Captured. Woodstock 2. I think we had one of these the other night in our discount bin. Near mint copy. Original bluish cotillion label. That is $19.99. We have the Beatles 62 to 66. About a VG cover. EX vinyl. $19.99. This is the original Apple pressing. Original Apple pressing. Well, Apple label. I don't think it's... They made so many of these, but it's on the Apple label. So they originally are on Apple, then of course Capitol reissued them. But this is a nice copy. And I think it has both inner sleeves. Yeah, that's just $19.99. That's a US version. About the cheapest one you can get, because y'all know how expensive sometimes the Japanese can get when we have them. Led Zeppelin 75, 75, 80. Jeff McMaster on HM. That was Howard Melvin. That's sold to Jeff McMaster, $19.99. Alex back in on Led Zeppelin 85. Jeff McMaster first to Journey. Brent Rabley was second. John Humphreys at 87 on Led Zeppelin. Donnie Haney on B. Was that for Beatles, Donnie Haney? If so, that's correct. If that's correct, then that's sold to you. Juventude was first on Woodstock. Robert Johnson was next on Beatles. Led Zeppelin 90 and 93. Wow, Jeff may get Cheap Trick uncontested. Autographed copy of Cheap Trick in color, signed by Tom Peterson, Robin Zander, and Rick Nelson. I was expecting this to go a little bit higher, but final call. 3 autographs, gatefold. I may have said too much bad stuff about it. I'm going to stop saying bad stuff about things. Just positive. Positive energy. Cheap Trick, $55. But that's my job. I have to tell you all the goods and bads. Whatever. When I put something on eBay, I rarely say anything positive about it, because I don't want anybody sending anything back. If I put something on eBay, I tell everything that's wrong with it. We got t-shirts on there, and I'll tell hole, stain. I won't say that it's new, nice. Sometimes I do. Sometimes I do. If we get a collection, I'll put these are all nice, but usually I tell all the bad stuff. Led Zeppelin's at 110. The Beatles love songs. Here we go. Big markdown on this. This is another Beatles comp. $19.99. Very nice vinyl. Has the lyric book with it. That is $19.99. They're having a field day over Led Zeppelin. This is a top copy. I also believe earlier this year we set the world record for the nicest copy of House of the Holy ever to sell. We had a pristine copy in shrink wrap with inner sleeve. I think it had the original strip on it. It was the Robert Ludwig cut. We bid on it for almost an hour, I think, and finally it was sold. I think Michael Ling bought it. Unbelievable. I wish I had it back. Robert Johnson on the Beatles. Stereo, you were second. Stacy was third. Bob Riger fourth. Led Zeppelin's at 118. Now 125. Chris Wood put UFO. There is no UFO. We had a Strangers of the Night, but it's already sold. And we've got 3 new bidders on Cheap Trick. It's now at 65. Led Zeppelin's at 125. Elton John. This is a VG Plus, but it is on the original Uni label. It is his debut U.S. album. That is $19.99. Elton John. Thin Lizzy, Live and Dangerous. Also VG Plus. Original inner sleeves. That's a great live album. And the cover looks better than it looks with the sleeve. I think that's a sleeve we reused, and it has some wear on it, so the cover looks better than what it may appear. That is $19.99. Led Zeppelin 125, Cheap Trick 65. Price on live. You mean Love or Thin Lizzy live? Stereo Love is not, everything in here is $19.99. If you wanted the price on that, it's $19.99 as well. Everything in here is. And if that's not what you were asking the price for, then it's sold to Robert Johnson. And then David Trahan was second. Love. Okay, so Thin Lizzy for sure is sold to Robert Johnson for $19.99. John Humphreys at $128 on Led Zeppelin. David, you were second on Thin Lizzy. Alex is at $135. James Lee Farrell, you were third on Thin Lizzy. Jeff is back in, the original bidder. He's back in on Cheap Trick at $70. And Love is $19.99. And I think Stereo wants that, $19.99. Yeah, if you're just joining us, everything in here is $19.99. Like I said, I've only pulled out one record. A couple of those others I probably could have and just auction them, but we go through our bins, and if we find stuff that's like, you know, $59.99, we usually just put it up for auction. We're going to discount it at some point. We usually start it at like 35 or 40, something like that. It's probably going to sell. And then this stuff in here is probably half off. And it's usually, if you get half off of a $40 record, usually a pretty good title. That's why there's not much left in here. Okay, they're still bidding on Led Zeppelin and Cheap Trick. Genesis 3 Sides Live, $19.99 for Genesis 3 Sides Live. And Tony Joe White, Black and White. Tony Joe White, Monument label, contains Polk Salad Annie, $19.99 on that. Tom Petty Live, Pack Up the Plantation. VG Plus, just $19.99. Tom Petty, Pack Up the Plantation. I probably should have made a $29.99 crate. I think we could have with some of these. Really good stuff in here. The Doors, Soft Parade, VG Plus. I go ahead, if they're check condition, for sure. If they're a VG or VG Plus, probably looking at a little bit bigger discount. If it's a near mint record, it's a different story. VG Plus on the Doors, Soft Parade, red electro label, that's just $19.99. And a near mint copy of Clapton Backless, Eric Clapton Backless, $19.99. All right, let's get our auctions updated. Looks like half of America wanted Tom Petty. Let's see here. Cheap Trick was at $85, now $90. So $90 on Cheap Trick with John Sheehan, signed by Tom Peterson, Robin Zander, and Rick Nielsen, 3 members of Cheap Trick, 3 of the 4 that was in the group when this album came out. John Sheehan has that for $90. It's 100% authentic. Led Zeppelin, Alex Roman was at $135. This is a top copy. Has the original strip, Obi. It's a gatefold. Has the insert and inner sleeve, and that was near mint minus vinyl. Yep. Alex is at $135. Next is Elton John cover condition. Before that, Stereo put O.H. White. He meant Tony Joe White. That's sold to Stereo for $19.99. The Elton John for Tommy. It's not a bad cover. Pretty good spine, just some corner wear. This is a textured cover, and because it's also darker, it shows a lot of wear. But this one isn't too bad. I think for a uni pressing, that's not bad for $19.99. Tommy, let me know if you want that. First to Tom Petty was John Stevens. And then it looks like Randy was second on Tony. And then Brent was next, then James, then Debbie, then Ted, then Donnie, then David, then Stephen, then James. Tom Petty is sold for $19.99 to John Stevens. They're still bidding on Led Zeppelin and Cheap Trick. Everything in here is $19.99, unless I say otherwise. The Who Quadrophenia, now $19.99. The Who Quadrophenia, MCA Press, 2LP gatefold. The Who Quadrophenia. The Hollies, Stop, Stop, Stop. Promo copy. Promo copy. Audition record. This is about EX condition. EX Plus. Promo copy. The Rocky Horror Show. Original Australian cast album. When I saw this, I was like, this looks a little bit different. It's on Elephant Records, and that's because it's from Australia. $19.99. $19.99. Cheap Trick is at $115. Alex was at $140 on Led Zeppelin. Jeff McMaster first on the Hollies. Debbie Blair second. John Young third. John Young fourth again. Tommy passes on Elton John. Wayne fifth on the Hollies. Scott sixth. Brent seven. James McGowan first on Rocky Horror. Brent was second. Steve Merkel third. The Towering Inferno, promo soundtrack, music by John Williams. Let me go ahead and show this Doors record because y'all might have accidentally seen it. This is a nice copy of the Doors self-titled Red Electro label. It's definitely a later pressing, but that is a nice copy for $19.99. Somebody will be stealing that. The Towering Inferno soundtrack, though, is a promo copy, music by John. This is one of his earliest or earlier soundtracks, I think. 1974. 74, music by John Williams, $19.99. And this is another soundtrack I'm doing half off. We've had for a little while. This is the Sheba Baby, Barbara Mason. What's the actual name of the movie? Queen of the Private Eyes. Pam Grier is Sheba Baby, Queen of the Private Eyes. Vocals by Barbara Mason. That is also a promo copy soundtrack, $19.99. Okay, let's figure out where we're at on our auctions. Cheap Trick is at $115 with John Sheehan. And then Alex Roman's at $140 on Led Zeppelin. Rocky Horror. Michael Nath was first to the Doors. Stephen Chesney second. Ted third. Brad fourth. Wyatt L. Martin first on Queen. Towering Inferno still available. Love of the Common People, Waylon Jennings. I've marked this down a lot. Original black RCA label, Love of the Common People, $19.99. Stereo wants Pam, that's already sold. And the original Sun Sound, I think this has had some seam splits since we put it out for sale. The top seam is completely split or halfway split. The bottom seam is 1/3 split. This is an original Memphis Sun compilation, though, just $19.99. And the vinyl's in really good condition. That is now just $19.99. Toby Grimm, first on the Waylon Jennings. Brent was second. Stereo was third. Lisa was fourth. John is back in on Cheap Trick. John, I think you had it at $140. I think you were already the high bidder. Maybe not. Hold on a second. Cheap Trick $115. Did I see another bid come in? Yeah, Cheap Trick $125. My bad. Jeff's got camouflaged in there with all the other YouTube comments. John Sheehan's now at $140. John Humphrey, let me know if you're in or out on Led Zeppelin because I need to wrap this one up, and I think you were the second to last bidder. Alex has that for $140. And so Vin Dandy got Waylon Jennings. Brent was second, then Stereo, then Lisa, then William. Brent was first to Johnny Cash, then Scott, then Lisa. Everything in here is $19.99. John Fogerty, Centerfield, sealed with hype sticker. Sealed with hype sticker, $19.99. Love It to Death, Alice Cooper. It's got a heavily edited cover, but it's on the green Warner Brothers label, even though it's not the original cover. Nice copy, $19.99. And Willie Nelson, God's Problem Child. This is a fairly new album. It's in shrink wrap with hype sticker, 180 gram. That is $19.99. Joe Cocker. I've got two of these, and they're both really nice on A&M Records. I've got them marked down to $19.99. I recommend. If you don't have this, I recommend. Yeah, those are both really nice copies. I found two of them. $19.99. Robert Johnson, first on John Fogerty. Robert Johnson, first on John Fogerty. Brent Rabley, second. Debbie Blair, third. William, fourth. Scott Smith, first to Alice Cooper. Scott Smith, first to Alice Cooper. David Trahan, second. Breanne Denny Meadows on Willie Nelson. And then Joe Cocker and Joe Cocker. We got two of them. Brent Rabley and Donnie Haney. $19.99 on those. All right, we can go ahead and sell Led Zeppelin. Led Zeppelin is sold to Alex Roman for $140. Jeff's out on Cheap Trick. I'm going to do a final call on that. Cheap Trick is at $140 to John Sheehan. Final call on that. Jeff is out. John's in at $140. And that's what Led Zeppelin just sold for, right? Yeah, both auctions are at $140. Led Zeppelin is sold to Alex Roman for 140. That's at 140. That was a Japanese press. Let me see what I've got. We've got a whole crate of Japanese y'all hadn't even seen. I did a flip video, and I didn't even post it in the group earlier. Where's some of the stuff I pulled out the auction? Here's one of them. We'll go ahead and do this Zappa record. And like I promised, we're going to start it at $25. Frank Zappa. Let me actually get the information on this. This is Zapped. I think that's what it's the actual. If you were to catalog this, it's Zapped is a compilation, and which is Mothers of Invention, Captain Beefheart, Jeff Simmons, Girls Together Outrageously, Frank Zappa. This is a compilation. Alice Cooper's on here, Captain Beefheart again, Tim Buckley, Alice Cooper, Tim Daw. All artists, highly in demand, and their records are usually not cheap. That's what Zapped is. You know, Music on Vinyl, I think, did a pressing of this a while back, and I missed it. I still maybe can get it, but I'm going to leave this out of the jacket. This is a really nice copy. I'm talking the cover's nice, original sleeve, and the vinyl was near mint minus. That's now up for auction. I've noticed lately while dreaming, I have a feed running on the right side of my dreams. Well, some of y'all probably spend enough time listening to me, y'all probably can hear me in your sleep. Some people said I put them to sleep. I don't know if that's good or bad. I guess I'd be a good hypnotist. All right, that's sold. John Sheehan, you get the Cheap Trick for $140. Let me see if I got anything over here in Georgia stuff left to auction. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. I do have a Buy It Now. It's another White album. This is the Beatles White album. It is embossed. It's numbered. It's EX condition on the vinyl. $59.99. It's a 1968. That means USOG, Los Angeles press. It has the poster and the photos. Yeah, that's a 68 USOG. Well, it was pressed in 68, which is the original release year of this album. So I guess that would make it OG, right? It's serial numbered and it's embossed. That's $59.99. Vinyl is EX. Cover, as you can see, how a lot of them look. They're always like stained and whatnot. $59.99 on that. Lots of wives roll their eyes at me. Well, that's not nice. All right. Let's see. David Trahan's at 38 on Zapped. Let me grab a new autograph. Let's do the, we'll do Chubby Checker right quick. Chubby Checker is signed on the back. Chubby Checker is signed on the back. Chubby Checker 90. I guess that's the year. 1990. Chubby Checker 90. $20 start on that. All the hits by Chubby Checker, that's a $20 start. Zappa's at 45. The Byrds' Greatest Hits is $19.99. This is, what label was this one on? I don't remember. The Byrds' Greatest Hits. That is near mint. It's the repress label. That is $19.99. Jeff McMaster's at 20 on the Chubby Checker. Tom's at 25. Willie and the Poor Boys is $19.99. Willie and the Poor Boys is $19.99. And Ladies Love Outlaws, Waylon Jennings, $19.99. Waylon Jennings, Ladies Love Outlaws, $19.99. Bob Dylan's Greenwich Village Volume 1, sealed. This is sealed. The shrink wrap is obviously torn, but Bob Dylan's Greenwich Village Volume 1, $19.99. And Lou Reed Legendary Hearts. Lou Reed Legendary Hearts, $19.99. Lou Reed Legendary Hearts, $19.99. Okay. Brent Rabley was at 45 on Zapped. Jeff McMaster was at 20 on Chubby Checker. Tom was next. David's out. It's nothing against you. I know. I know what you mean. There's wives are mad at me, but not really. Right, Tanner? Tanner's like, I'm busy writing. Josh is busy keying in. Tonight's help is me, Tanner, and Josh. 3-man crew tonight. The Birds. I'm trying to find the next comment. The Birds is sold to Brent Hall. That's sold to Brent Hall. Next is Brent Rabley on Willie and the Poor Boys. Jeff McMaster's at 40 on Chubby Checker. I don't have any Alice Cooper with pink panties. No, if I had that, it would have already been auctioned off. David, you were next on Willie and the Poor Boys. Brent's out on Zap. Brent Rabley first on Waylon. Michael Nath first on Dylan. Jeff McMaster was second on Dylan. Brent on Dylan again. Robert Johnson next on Dylan. Jimmy Ball next on Dylan. Chip Trout first on Lou Reed. Stereo was second. Wayne Titsworth is at 45 on Zapped. Brad Bolin was next on Reed. Wolves Council first on Humble Pie. That's from a while back, but we still have it. That's sold to Wolves Council. And let's get caught up on our auctions. Chubby Checker is at $40 with Jeff McMaster. Going once, going twice. Wayne Titsworth is now the high bidder on the Zapped. Zapped is at $46. $46. My wife asked, you have that record show tonight. You got to tell her, yeah, 6 nights a week now. About to be 7. The Savage 7. Cream and Iron Butterfly soundtrack, $19.99. The Savage 7, Cream, Iron Butterfly doing some of the songs on that. Really cool cover. Really good music. Cream and Iron Butterfly, that's $19.99. That's a radio station copy. Uh-oh. It's a Stones bootleg. And I've marked it half off. Stoned MSG, just $19.99. It's a VG Plus, just $19.99. David Trahan wants the Savage 7. Robert Johnson first to the Stones. John Stevens was next. Stereo was next. Then Brent Rabley. Sopwith Camel. The Miraculous Hump returns from the moon. Just $19.99 on that. We've got King Crimson, Starless, and Bible Black. VG Plus, $19.99. Starless and Bible Black, $19.99. Here's another retrospective. I think over the last month, I've sold 9 of these in $19.99 market-down bins. I guess that's the magic price. I've sold a ton for $34.99 too, but I have let a lot go. Near mint Buffalo Springfield compilations for $19.99, so we just get a lot of them. And the last is the Chocolate Watch Band. This is a new pressing on red vinyl. It's a Chocolate Watch Band, I think comp, or is it a live show? I think it's a comp, but that's just $19.99. Okay, David Trehan got Savage. Where are we at? I've already pulled the Stones, haven't I? Yeah, Robert Johnson got the Stones. John was next in Stereo. And then, what was ST? That was probably Stones. Yeah, then Jeff, then Carol. Toby Grimm first to King Crimson. Then Jeff McMaster. Brent Rabley wants Buffalo Springfield. David Trahan wants Hump. Jeff McMaster on Chocolate Watch Band. Scott Smith was next. Wayne, you were next on Camel. All right, we can go ahead and sell these auctions. We got Chubby Checker. Chubby Checker is at $40 with Jeff McMaster. And Zappa is sold to Wayne Titsworth for $46. Zappa is sold to Wayne for $46. Chubby Checker is at $40. Charlie DeFrank, your bid of $40 just came in on Zappa. It was a little too late, and it was a little under too, but that just now popped up on my end. Spirit autograph. I'll do that right now. And I've got a couple other Japanese stuff that was featured on Facebook, including Michael Jackson's Thriller. All right. We have Randy California and Ed Cassidy. Autographed. Those were members of Spirit. Of course, Jay Ferguson was in Spirit too. I have looked high and low. I don't see his autograph on here, so I don't guess Jay Ferguson was around. This is autographed by Randy California and Ed Cassidy, members of Spirit, $45 start. And I think it's a nice copy It is. It's a orange repress label, but it's also a nice copy of The 12 Dreams of Dr. Sardonicus. That's a $45 start. Autographed by Randy California and Ed Cassidy. What was the name of the guy on... say that again? Robert California? Yeah. Not to get confused with the guy who replaced Michael Scott on The Office. This is not autographed by Robert California. Completely different person. Yeah, it was something California. The Lizard King. Yeah, the Lizard King. That guy was a great actor. I don't know his name either, but he was a great actor. Michael Jackson Thriller is a pristine copy. Near mint. You know it. It's pristine. Wayne's at 45 on Spirit. Michael Jackson Thriller. Also, the cover. Near mint. Nice corners. Obi. Gatefold is nice. No damage to the Obi. No damage to the cover. And then we got the prized possessions. It's complete. It has the Japanese insert and it has the booklet / poster. Has the booklet / poster. Thriller is a $65 start. So Japanese insert, and cover. Am I going crazy, or is Brent Rabley bidding against himself? Brent, you're bidding against yourself on Facebook and YouTube. Hold on a minute. My mind is blown. I may have to screenshot this. Brent Rabley is bidding against himself. He's at 45 on YouTube, and now he's at 50 on Facebook. You can do that all night long. I won't object. Found an autograph in one of the Chet Atkins LPs I picked up from recently. It's from Fred Goodwin's. Wow, there you go. I'd say so, yeah. Some of those records in Fred's collection are autographed too. So, James Spader, yes, James Spader. Okay, a Michael Jackson Thriller, Brent Hall's at $65. I've sold a bunch of these. Everybody loves them. It's a great sounding record. And that one's complete and it's mint. That's a nice copy of Thriller. Okay. You told me some other guy bid 45 first. I did? Maybe I did. Maybe I'm trying to do Jedi tricks on you. You will bid 100. You will bid 100 on Spirit. Genesis 3 Sides Live. That is $19.99. The cover, the title is self-explanatory. 3 sides are live. But then somebody told me that there's versions where that's not actually true. So this thing confuses the heck out of me. I know I've listened to it, but that is $19.99. Genesis 3 Sides Live. It's a near mint copy. The Doors. How did no one buy this earlier? It's a VG Plus copy. It's on the red Electra label, and it's VG Plus, and also about a VG Plus cover, $19.99. This is all $19.99 stuff. Eric Clapton backless. Does have a clip corner. Has the foil. Some of them don't have gold foil like that. This one does. Gatefold. Eric Clapton backless. Let me name off at least one hit. Promises. Tulsa Time's good too. There's another one on here that I like. If I don't be there by morning, I can't remember. I've listened to that a lot. It's Clapton. Elton John. Self-titled debut album on Uni, $19.99. The Who Quadrophenia is now $19.99. And the Towering Inferno, Irwin Allen's Towering Inferno. But I think, if y'all do some research on that, I think that's one of John Williams' first scores, but I may be completely wrong, where he was like featured as he's doing the score. Promo copy too. Spirit 55, Michael Jackson 70, Michael Jackson 71. Oh, it was Fred's autograph, not Chet Atkins. Okay, well, that's just as good. Spirit 75, Megadeth singles coming up right now. The UK version is all 4 sides. Okay, is it called 4 Sides Live? Jeff McMaster first on the Doors, because that confuses the heck out of me. Michael Jackson 72, Michael Jackson 72, Michael Jackson 73. High bid on Spirit. High bid on Spirit is at $75 to Brent Rabley. High bid on Michael Jackson Thriller is at $73 with Brent Hall. These are all $19.99. No less. Let me know if you want any. Let me show the Megadeth singles. I've got 3 left. They're $34.99. I've sold 2, I think. I've got 3 left. They're Megadeth, Anarchy in the UK singles. They're $34.99. Let me show you what they look like. This side here is etched. Kind of has that color look to it, Megadeth. And this side, from So Good, So Far, So What. Can y'all see that? These are $34.99. I have 3 left. Yeah, I've sold 2 already this week from George's lot. Anarchy in UK Special Limited Edition etched vinyl plus Devil's Island, a live version from So Far, So Good, So What. That's from 1988 Capitol Records. $34.99. I have 3 of those left. You need that in your If you don't have that in your Megadeth collection, there's a hole there, and you're missing something. Chris wants a Megadeth. Final call on Spirit. And Alex, let me know if you're in or out on Michael Jackson. Are we taking a break tonight? Yes, at 10 o'clock. It's already past 9:30, and I got some stuff to do in part 1 that's very critical. Chris Ligero wants a Megadeth, and so does Gwen. Gwen Carley. Looks like we got a couple new buyers on that looks like they're interested in some metal. So what I'm going to do is go through a crate of some new vinyl from this week next, and then I'm going to go through what's left in George's collection all during part 1. So if you're interested in some stuff like this, stick around for the next 25 minutes. Rob Scheffler wants the last Megadeth. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to be live for 30 more minutes approximately. We're going to take a break. I'll come back. I'll have more on sale, more auctions. We still got 50 Japanese pressings to auction. I've got new arrivals I hadn't shown and some stuff out of the high-end bin to... so those 3, those are all George's. We can go ahead and sell both of these auctions. Michael Jackson is sold for $73 to Brent Hall, and Spirit is sold to Spirit is sold to Brent Rabley for $75. I'm taking these out. I'm putting them right over here. And let's go through Jethro Tull autograph. Yes, let's get our new auction started. Our next auctions are Ian Anderson, and let me do the last Japanese auction that was featured on Facebook. So Ian Anderson, now this one, just like the last one, I'm going to say I'm not sure on. Everything for sure. You're messing with me for sure. I am tricking Brent Rabley. I think I'm tricking myself. Okay, but this is the only autograph that I can't say I don't think is authentic. I'm not saying it's not, but this one we're unsure of. This is Ian Anderson, autographed copy of Thick as a Brick. I need to find my other cell phone to see if Steve messaged me.
Did you only have 3 days?
Yeah, I only had 3.
You missed Tony Rebels. One Megadeth song.
Oh, I did. Anthony Riddle was first on Megadeth. Chris Ligero was first on Megadeth, and then Gwen. Are any of those new buyers Chris or Gwen? Gwen, you're a first-time buyer. Give me 1 second. Okay, he's our guy. And Chris has bought from us before. Yes. So, Rob Scheffler, you did not get a Megadeth. Rob Scheffler, you did not get a Megadeth. Okay? I'm sorry about that. You did not get a Megadeth. I overlooked Anthony's comment. Let me go grab my other cell phone. Let me figure out where I laid it, first of all. It was over here somewhere, I think. Let me see if Steve has messaged me back. Or are you cell phone? Here it is. Let's see here. He has. Let me see if he said anything about Ian Anderson. Yeah, here we go. Wow, finally, I've messaged Steve and I've got pictures. Let's see what he sent me here. There's pictures from, looks like Emerson, Lake and Palmer. There's, hey, whoever bought Tarkus, look, there's a picture of whoever bought that autographed copy of Tarkus last night or the night before. There's a picture of Keith Emerson signing it. I will send that to you. Be sure to remind me. There's Keith Emerson. These are some photos that Steve took. Now, here's the story on Ian Anderson. Ian Anderson signed in an elevator on the way up to do a radio promo for 96 Rock Atlanta. I worked in the same building, Century Center, as 96 Rock, so I had easy access to everyone that rode the elevator to their studio. I generally hung out in the building lobby waiting for the artist to arrive and then jumped in the elevator with them. My most memorable elevator moment was bumming a cigarette off Billy Joel. So, I can without a doubt, Steve, this is definitely legit autograph. But as always, if you ever have this authenticated and it doesn't come back, I will give you your money back. If Steve is saying that is signed by Ian Anderson and he met him in an elevator, that means that copy we sold last night was real, and I would put $10,000 that this one's real. Unless that was an Ian Anderson imposter on that elevator. Unless he sent a double to do that radio interview. It says, hello, Ian Anderson. And also, this is a nice copy of, this is a really nice copy of Thick as a Brick. It's the original fold-out newspaper cover. And let's see what the disc looks like. I hadn't even looked at it. But I know it was original cover. Yeah, this is near me. He probably bought this to have him sign it, or, you know, he probably bought this to have him sign it. The inner sleeve's crisp. So, there's that. Okay, so yeah, this is a nice copy. Autographed by Ian Anderson. $45 start on that. It should go up from there, or I'll bid on it. Gordon Lightfoot, Gord's Gold, our next Japanese press. I haven't had a Japanese copy of this before. What a good one to have a Japanese press of. It's a near mint pristine Gordon Lightfoot compilation. 2 LP, near mint. Very nice Gordon Lightfoot compilation. Gatefold. I've never had a Japanese press of this. How nice. There's the book insert with lyrics. Early Morning Rain. What a great song. Bitter Green, If You Could Read My Mind. That is a $45 start. Gord's Gold. Perfect Japanese pressing of that. Okay, how do you get the Peter Frampton? Let me see what he sent me. I've got information on Emerson, Lake and Palmer, Ian Anderson, Carl Perkins. There's the information on that one. I can, I'll send this to whoever. Bo Diddley. Let's see. Johnny Rivers. I need to send that to Eric. Eric, if you're still watching, I got the provenance on the Johnny Rivers. But yeah, Ian Anderson. So I don't know what year that was, but it was signed in Atlanta at the Century Center building. But I will find out on the other ones. Man, whoever bought that one last night that I was questioning probably got a really good deal on it. I forgot. I think Jeff McMaster bought that. So, but there's the picture of Tarkus being signed. That's really cool. All right, what's next? I said I was going to recap some new vinyl for this week. Let's start with this crate right here. I don't know what's in it, but we're about to find out. Alex Roman's at 45 on Gordon Lightfoot, and Ian Anderson's at 100 with Brent Rapley. That's a nice copy to have autographed too. Thick as a Brick, original cover, and the vinyl was in near mint condition. 45 on Gordon Lightfoot. Let's do a recap of some new vinyl that came in this week. We got Sturgill Simpson, Meta Modern Sounds and Country Music, $28.99. High Top Mountain, Sturgill Simpson is $28.99. We also have Phil Collins, The Singles. My last copy left. I checked. I back ordered more. They were not in stock. This is a 2 LP. It's essentially a Phil Collins Greatest Hits. All of the information. Yeah, Badfinger. Did he send that one? Isaac Hayes, Johnny Rivers, Bo Diddley, Randy California. I don't know. I need to. It looks like his text message got cut off. I need to see, because it looks like he was in the middle of a sentence and it got cut off. So I need to, I sent him a picture of all the stuff I was selling tonight. And Adam, I will get that. I don't think all of his texts, maybe he can fix that and send it back to me. He may be watching right now. I don't know. Genesis, Invisible Touch, $31.99. The text stops at Randy California's story, and then that's where it stops. Genesis Invisible Touch is $31.99. That's a half-speed remaster. Jethro Tull's at 105, now 108. Grant Peltzer's in on the Gordon Lightfoot Alex at $46. Japanese press of Gord's Gold. $46. Grant's in. Alex, you're out. Richard Marx, songwriter, 2LP, $38.99 for Richard Marx. Metallica, San Francisco Symphony, 3LP, 21 song, 2LP live, Metallica, $59.99. REM, Out of Time. REM Out of Time is $36.99. REM Out of Time, $36.99. The stories for these autographs are critical. I wish I would have got a lot of those sooner because I don't have Cheap Trick on there either. Those are critical. That's, you know, to document that. Whoever buys these, you need to like type that up, print it out, and keep it with a jacket where you bought it from me. That's very important stuff. Of course, after you have it authenticated, that adds to the value. You know, that's cool stuff people like to have, you know, the story of it, but that also helps, you know, to further authenticate that it's real, as long as you believe somebody's story. But the main thing is after it's authenticated. But these are very legitimate stories from Steve. Alice Cooper, live from the AstroTurf, $36.99. Rage Against the Machine, Renegades, $31.99. Bob Dylan and the Grateful Dead, $28.99 on that. Dylan and the Dead was $28.99. 30th anniversary. The Godfather 3 soundtrack. This was a new release from Music on Vinyl, limited to 1,500. That was $38.99. Pearl Jam versus Gatefold remaster, $34.99. Morgan Wallen, If I Know Me, is $29.99. The last copy we have of the new Collective Soul album, that's on blue vinyl, $31.99. Chris Cornell compilation back in stock. I've actually got more on the way too, $49.99. And Silverchair Frog Stomp, $54.99. And the best of Warren Zevon on purple vinyl, that is $29.99. All right, we need to wrap up. Tool, Stephen Tuttle, if you're out, let me know. We have we have Brent at $108. Brent Rabley has that for $108. Stephen, if you're out, let me know. Brent has it for $108. Grant's back in on Gordon Lightfoot. I was about to do another final call on that. Grant's back in at 51. Alex was at 50. Stephen Tuttle wants a Pearl Jam. Anybody else? I've been through these crates. I've been through this crate here about 7 times this week. So just make sure nobody missed anything before we put those away in alphabetical order for the rest of the year. All right. Alex is at 65 or 55 on Gordon Lightfoot. Calvin's back in on Ian Anderson at 110. All right. Let me flip through George's crate here. Everything that was left from his stuff this week. Let me make sure that's what this is. Yeah. So this is all last time I'm going to go through this. These are all going to be now buy it nows. Kyle Gregory also wants us a Versus Pearl Jam right here. I'll show it on camera. Kyle Gregory also gets a Versus. That's sold to Kyle. Brent's out on Ian Anderson. Calvin Ward, you've got the Ian Anderson autograph for $110. That's going twice, going 3 times to you because now Brent is out. That's $110. And then Alex is right back in on Gordon Lightfoot at 55, and he is out. So those are about to sell. This is all straight buy it now price. It is sticker price. If you want anything, let me know. Angel White Hot Gold Stamp Promo, $19.99. Big Brother and the Holden Company Live, $19.99. That's a Rhino record, $19.99. Marty Ballin, this is a live red vinyl EP. Red vinyl, Marty Ballin from Jefferson Airplane, $14.99. The Moody Blues In Search of Lost Chord, $19.99. And David Bowie, Day In, Day Out, that's $14.99. Juventude wants Big Brother and the Holden Company. That's sold to Juventude. We have Van Halen 2 is $44.99. Van Halen 2. Styx, Pieces of 8, nice copy, $19.99. The Turtles, The Ballad of the Bands Present, that's sealed, $24.99. Bob Seger, Stranger in Town picture disc, that is sealed, $64.99. Sealed copy of Bob Seger picture disc. And Bob Seger Night Moves, $34.99. Does have some cover damage. Those are George. That starts George's. Yeah. Thick as a Brick is sold to Calvin Ward. Autograph Ian Anderson record, $110. And Gordon Lightfoot is sold to Alex Roman for $55. I think we got time for 2 more auctions for part 1. I've got a Bo Diddley, and I got another Keith Emerson, Gary Lewis, and I have another in here, and I'll do the first Japanese auction that y'all have not seen for tonight, and that is John Cougar Mellencamp. This is a pristine Japanese pressing of Lonesome Jubilee, John Cougar Mellencamp, pristine Japanese vinyl. We have the 2-page flip here. Here's the cover, near mint with Obi. Nice, that made that cracking noise when you open it. That means it's in really good condition. Hasn't been handled a lot. John Cougar, JCM, $35 start. And Bo Diddley, let me see if he had sent me any information on this. Bo Diddley, Bo Diddley, all he put was very quiet and subdued. Signed everything, but was not engaging. I think that's because I had a big stack of stuff to sign. Some artists were not so accommodating. That's true. I think there's, let's see, we have, this is the 5th Bo Diddley thing I think we've signed, and I bet I have 4 more records, maybe 5, and I think there's some more prints. He probably had them sign 20 things. But I think I've got 3 or 4 more Bo Diddley albums left. This album is an original checker press, I believe, and it's in the standard condition you normally see them, which is beat up, if that's a grade, which is VG minus. Bo Diddley in the spotlight. We've had some really nice autographs. We had those that were on prints. I think some of y'all remember those. Some of y'all watching may have bought some. This is not bad. It's a little bit faded. It says Bo Diddley 87. We need a $30 start for this. This record is VG minus, $30 start for that. $35 on John Cougar Mellencamp, Japanese press. Okay. Billy Squier, Signs of Life, 1999. Billy Squier, this says Special Limited Edition Virgin Vinyl Pressing, $19.99 on that. In the Eye of the Storm, The Outlaws, $19.99. America, Your Move, Gold Stamp Promo, $9.99. Aerosmith, Done with Mirrors, $24.99. Angel, Sinful, that is $19.99. Cheap Trick at Budokan, this has the booklet with it, $24.99. Alice Cooper, Lace and Whiskey, $24.99 for that. Trick Korea, Circulus, $29.99. The Crusaders, Street Life, 300 South, that is sealed, $24.99. The Mike Curb Congregation, Put Your Hand in the Hand, that was $9.99. 12-inch single, Dear Enemy, Computer One, $7.99. Aerosmith Live Bootleg, EX Condition, $27.99. Jackson Browne Hold Out, $14.99. Aerosmith Draw the Line, $24.99. Van Halen Women and Children First, that was $39.99. And A Christmas From You from Phil Spector, that is sealed from 1987, $49.99. David Trahans at 30 on the Bo Diddley, that's going twice, going 3 times. John Cougar Mellencamp still looking for a $30 start on that. Vandenberg Heading for a Storm, $19.99. Deep Purple Come Taste the Band, that is $26.99. Jeremy wants Draw the Line. These are Somers. That one is. Everything in this crate is. Sun Ra in Some Far Place, Roma 77, 2016 pressing, $49.99. Flight Final, awesome cover, $14.99 in shrink wrap. Presenting Lothar and the Hand People, $24.99 on that. And the Mannheim Steamroller Christmas album, $24.99. John Lennon Double Fantasy is $19.99. Billy Joe Turnstiles, $14.99. Billy Joe Glass Houses is a white label promo. White label promo, $24.99. Aaron Gardner wants the Crusaders. Part 2, more on sale stuff. I've got 2 more flip crates I've made that have not been shown. More Japanese vinyl. So yeah, on sale Japanese vinyl, and then stuff that I've taken out of the high-end bins, like Zapped earlier, or some of those other Zappa records that I've shown and pulled. I got a sealed Patsy Cline original Decca record. Those will be like all low start auctions. Elton John The Fox, $19.99. Harold Land, Take Aim, from 1980. That is sealed, $44.99. Led Zeppelin, Song Remains the Same soundtrack, $59.99. Jefferson Starship, Be My Lady, $7.99. Bobby Hutcherson, Spiral, from 1979. That is sealed, $74.99. George Harrison was $24.99. Jay Ferguson, White Noise, white label promo on white vinyl. $9.99. Fleetwood Mac Mirage was $19.99. Fleetwood Mac Rumors was $34.99. All right, Bo Diddley is sold to David Trahan for $30. John Cougar Mellencamp, if anybody wants that, it's a $35 buy it now. Jeremy Rourke wants Led Zeppelin. Song remains the same. Sell that to Jeremy. Peter Frampton, I'm in you, $19.99. The Deidre Wilson Tabak, EX Condition, $39.99. The Beatles, Let It Be. This is a VG Plus, $44.99. This is a 1970 Winchester pressing. Stephanie Harder wants Fleetwood Mac. Let me know if you want Mirage, Rumors, or both. The Beatles, Let It Be. Jason Lind, Ramadan, EX, $19.99. John Cougar Mellencamp, $35. That was a Japanese auction sold to Brent Rabley. Stephanie, let me know on the Fleetwood Mac. I think I skipped Santana, VG Plus, $19.99. Robin Trower Live was EX, $17.99. And the Beatles, Hey Jude, a VG copy of that, $19.99. Stephanie wants Rumors. All right, I think starting right here, we have a batch of putbacks already from this week. Stephanie wants Rumors. The only Fleetwood Mac album that's left, Daniel, is Mirage. It's $19.99. We have Angel White Hot, VG, $9.99. That's a putback. Linen Condition. Linen. Lind or Lennon? There isn't a John Lennon record, but there was a Lynn. Brent Hall wants Jude. So yeah, I think we got 40. Boy, that was a big mess up, wasn't it, Tanner? I felt like I was that guy on that movie. Remember when he was messing with his... Okay, Bob Welch, French Kiss picture disc. What did I just say? I think I do need a break. I think I said Bob Welch French Picture Kiss. This is a Bob Welch French Kiss picture disc. $24.99. It is sealed. It is sealed, and it is available for sale. Oh, there is a John Lennon. Hold on a second. Yes. Next comment was Manaheim Price. I think this was really nice. Let me go check it. This is $24.99. Manaheim Steamroller Christmas in the original baggie. John Lennon, Double Fantasy, $19.99. VG Plus cover, original inner sleeve, near mint minus vinyl. Michael Swanger, that is $19.99. Okay, Bob Welch was sealed, $24.99. Lake 2, that's a white label promo, $14.99. Alex Harvey was a VG Plus, $14.99. Duran Duran, this is a 3-track sampler from the Rio album. It has Rio, Lonely in Your Nightmare, and it has this letter with it. It's a white label promo. There's a track on the other side, Hungry Like the Wolves. That is $34.99. Peter Frampton again, $19.99. This is stuff from that last crate. Fast Buck was $24.99. It's sealed. Santana was VG, $14.99. The Beatles was VG Plus, $29.99. Led Zeppelin 4 was a VG Plus, $34.99. And then another Frampton and another Van Halen, Women and Children First. Let's see here. Next comment was Regina Tabor, Angel. That was probably white hot. Sell that to Angel. Jeff McMaster on AH. AH was Alex Harvey. And then Daniel wants PF, Peter Frampton. Sold to Daniel. By the way, these are on consignment. There's a couple things I've asked people already. One, this invoice, I know we give 2 weeks to pay. This invoice, if you could pay as fast as possible, please don't put anything back from this stuff. It's going to make our lives so difficult if you do. We've got to keep track of all this. This is why I rarely do consignment. I like just buying stuff. I have passed on some killer collections. People want to do consignment, and I've said, no way. I did it this one time. It's a lot of extra work. You have no idea, because we're not really built for consignment to do stuff like this. I mean, I sell stuff for people here in my store that rent booths, but please don't put anything back. So I think y'all know that already. All right, we're going to stop there for part 1. Come back for part 2. We're going to have more Japanese auctions. I've still got a crate over there of about this many that y'all have not seen. I've still got 2 or 3 autographs, and then we'll do the rest of our on-sale flip crates. I think I've got another $14.99er, a $9.99er, a $7 one, and a $5 one. So a lot of cheap discounted records part 2, and a lot of high-end records being auctioned. So we'll be selling cheap records, and we'll be auctioning high-end records. We'll be back at 10:30. I think I'm going to go get me some Taco Bell. I do have some food here I brought with me, but I think it's Saturday night. I'm going to go live it up at Taco Bell. We'll be back in 30 minutes. That's at 10:30 Central Time. It's Saturday night. You don't have anything else to do, so don't fall asleep. Come back and find us. Cheap records, huge discounts, great auctions. We'll probably get into one of these bins over here, like this stuff, and I may surprise you, and we may start doing half-off records, like half-off Boston, half-off Beatles, half-off Jimi Hendrix. You know what that means. You better come back and watch. We may even title the show Half-Off Records. All right, we'll be back in 30 minutes. See you then.